Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Blue Clouds Media. My name is Nate Zion, as usual. And today is January 25th, 2023. It's a beautiful day somewhere. I wish to be in Africa, or maybe maybe I'll say maybe in the Middle East where there is no snow. It's very very cold, and we have a storm, 33 degrees, snow everywhere, and it's you can't do nothing outside unless maybe you're a fan of being you want to ski, you want to play outdoor, maybe you have a snowmobile or something, then you're good to go to be outside and enjoy this snowy day. But remember, the snow doesn't come all the time, and it comes, once in a while. So, like I said, it's a beautiful day. We're here streaming again. I know the fans are ready, viewers are ready, everyone is ready to be part of the show today, and we have a lots that we're gonna cover today. The transfer news that keep coming in all the time, and also there's another news. We're gonna talk about Steven Gerrard as well. And the question is Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, are those two failures uh, in terms of how you rate them in the early days of their managerial career? It's up to how you see. To me, I see. If you're talking about the Premier League, I would say they're a little bit failure. If they have failed, no, a little bit. They have failed in terms of the Premier League. But then any other career they've had outside the Premier League is debatable, which we can talk about. Brighton also interested in Amadou Hadara. It's another player that they're looking at too. That would be a replacement for Moises Caicedo. Also, transfer news: we have the Everton Football Club has been put for sale. Yesterday, we did have that breaking news before we left the platform, but we didn't get that much opportunity to deal into the topic. Also, McAllister, I've said many times on this platform, he's been linked with Chelsea Football Club so many times. Also, we have N'Golo Kante contract update. Christian Pulisic, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, AC Milan radar. They are on AC Milan's radar. Bakayoko update is a very, very funny news. If you hear that news about Bakayoko, you're even going to laugh and laugh and laugh. Enzo Fernandez update, we have it here. Also, it's another topic that we'll be talking about. Ziyech to Newcastle. Malo Gutso update. Ruben Loftus-Cheek to Leicester City. We also we have Moises Caicedo to Arsenal. Moises Caicedo to Arsenal. I don't know how Chelsea fans see this. Arsenal fans are trying to do something, but I don't know how realistic this news is. Anthony Gordon and Onana update. Onana is a goalkeeper whom I don't want to talk about because he was being banned, I think, a couple months ago in regards to drugs that was being found in the system. Onana, if you don't know much about Onana is also the I think either he was suspended during the World Cup
He was
from the
suspended for a fair while,
Cameroonian.
but he came back off. He came back, I think it might have been the start of the season.
Yeah, I think he was also suspended in the Cameroonian national team during the World Cup, so he has disciplinary issues with him. His disciplinary record is not good due to what I've heard and I've read about Onana. The very good goalkeeper. If you talk about goalkeeper playing out from the back, he's your guy. He's very good penalties and also stopping the balls also shot stopper they call him. So yeah, good with his feet, but I don't know, he has disciplinary issues. So yeah, before I go on, let me welcome everyone here. I have Steven here, I have Ryan. Guys, welcome to the stream.
Somebody speak.
Everyone is quiet. I said, guys, welcome to the stream.
Thank you, Nizan.
You're welcome.
Good to be here. Having us as always.
Yeah. What's new with you guys? What's new in terms of what I'm talking about? Not the news here, but what everybody has been doing today.
Sleeping.
Oh, good for you.
Well, I can't sleep at night, so I have to sleep during the day.
Oh, you're just like me because I'm a night shifter. I work during the night, so usually I sleep very well during the day, and I can't sleep at night. I'm one of those people.
That's strange. I spent 7 years working as a night receptionist in a hotel in Cyprus.
Yeah, I've been doing this for
Um,
6 years now.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but then on top of that, I used to be notoriously good at staying awake. So, but a lot of it's down to having worked the 7 odd years, nearly 8 years,
Okay.
nights in a hotel, and your
Steven.
body clock just becomes a mess.
Oh, Stavy. Steven.
Yeah. Not a lot, to be honest.
Not a lot.
Just
Reviving.
because all the stuff yesterday sort of
Okay.
just relaxed there.
Okay. Thank you guys. Ryan, anything to share besides just working?
Not really, man. You know me, just working. And I caught a bit of the highlights from the Newcastle Southampton game. And oh boy, yeah, what a finish to that game. I'm sure we can maybe touch upon it a little bit later.
Newcastle didn't play well, but they've got some kind of a spirit that even though they don't play well, it's very difficult to score against them. That's what it's looking like.
They've got the best defensive record, haven't they?
Yeah. So
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
You're on about Onana. You sure you're talking about the correct one? Because
yeah, I think it's about the midfielder, isn't it, from Everton?
Yeah.
But you're talking about the goalkeeper.
I was talking about the goalkeeper. I thought it's the goalkeeper Onana
Nah,
from Ajax, it's Cameroonian.
It's a midfielder.
It's a midfielder. Okay.
With regards to Onana, seeing as you mentioned him, his ban was finished last November last year, and he played, I think, 3 or 4 games for Ajax before he moved.
Okay.
But it's nothing to do with discipline, nothing to do with drugs. He just took a medication for he had flu.
We touched on this the other day, innit?
Yeah, took my medication, which had a banned substance inside it.
Yes, drugs. If you got a medication that has a banned substance in it, it's drugs.
Yeah, but then if he wasn't able to get any other legal medication, and that's what he was given, then
nowadays that's how they've been flipping it. If the boxes, if they know what's in what they're eating, they intentionally go in for
every single thing that's on the list.
Football is
There'll be so much.
The trainers know. So they go in for certain meat, and then they say, okay, I had this meat, and probably they've been feeding the animals with this meat. So they can even trace these things around and say, okay, feed this animal with this meat. And then
you're talking about boxers.
But they are athletes. I'm saying athletes in general.
Yeah, but you're talking about boxers who have to take mandatory drug tests before fights.
Yeah.
Right? I know you're talking about. Is it Chavez or someone?
Yeah, I think it was this guy. It was Canelo Alvarez. Alvarez, yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of them have done.
There's been a lot of cases. Let's just round it as that.
Blamed it on the meat.
Yeah, whilst we're having this rough discussion, so we're also waiting for more people to join the platform, because very soon we're gonna get it going. The bus will be running, and once the bus kick off, there's no way we're coming back again. We got 17 of us watching the stream at this moment. I want to welcome each one of you to the platform again. As usual, we have legends, we have big people, we have everyone. You know, it's a big person in its own magnitude. His own platform. So I'm gonna shout out Phil R7. Big up to you, Phil. It's always a pleasure to have you here, Phil. Phil said, "Hello, May. How are you doing?" And shout out to all Blues. Big up to all Blues. Absolutely, Blues are rejoicing and very, very happy at this moment. So we have a phantom of many, all nations and all topics in the world. Fit to hit the like button. My Declan Rice is possible going to Arsenal. No way. Ain't happening. Declan is not going anywhere. Steven has a lot of updates for us here on this platform. Steven, if you guys don't know, Steven is our representative correspondent in the UK. So he will give us those updates. And that we have a blue blood big brother. He said good evening to you, sir. I hope you're doing very, very well. Blue blood said at Phantom of Many Topic, are you in Manila? Yes, he is in Manila. If you're waiting for Phantom to answer, maybe it'll take him forever. But yeah, Phantom of Many Nations is Manila at this moment. He's actually moved from I think he was in Texas. I'm very sure if that's where he was. Okay, yes, bro. Jake said, big up to you, Jake. I hope you're doing very well. Jake, let me know where you are joining us from. I might forget, so please, Jake, let me know where you're joining the platform from. He says, yes, bro, long time no see. How you been, my brother? I'm doing. I would say, about 70% doing good in that manner. 70% doing good. Thank you for asking, Jake. Greetings, bro. Shout out to all Blues. Shout out to all Blues. Phil, I hope you're doing very well. You are very, very important to this platform. Danielle said, up to Chels, up to you too, Danielle. Good evening, guys. Good evening to you. Let us know, Danielle. Danielle. Yeah, I think Danielle, right? Danielle, let us know where you're watching us from. Let us know. We want to see where the channel has traveled, really, really traveled to. So we know it's certain countries where it's made its way to. And also, guys, if you're first time being in and you haven't subscribed, do us a favor. Subscribe to the platform and also share the video on the social media platforms. Share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, so we can still grow. Just give yourself just 5 seconds. Click on the share. There you go. Then put it on Facebook. There you go. Let's do it. 1, 2, right there. Then let go. Paste it. Shoom. Share the channel. Now the channel can get 1 million like within 2 minutes. I trust you, if it's possible. Okay, guys. Welcome. Let me go back to the panel. I'm gonna start with Steven is up there, Ryan in the middle, and then I have Stavi down. So I'll go into that order. Steven, what do you have for us today, sir?
Just before we touch on the Chelsea stuff, this has just come out from Fabrizio Romano. So I'm not sure if you're aware, Brighton have been trying to sign this centre back. I think he's centre back who can also play as left back, or it's the other way around. From Shakhtar Donetsk, Mikolo Matvienko or something like that.
It's on the screen, guys. Whilst you're listening, you can also watch it.
So, yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. So they offered a total package of 20 million, with 16 of that being guaranteed and 4 million in add-ons. Shakhtar still want 30 million, so that could be one to watch late into the window.
Steven, hold on. I'm not sure where this noise is coming from, but hold on.
What noise?
Some noise. Steven, I think it's from you.
No idea.
It looks like the wires is scratching something. It's not. Okay, go ahead. It's not making any more noise, so go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, that could be one to watch in the last few days. We know that also, like you said in the intro, they're looking at Haidara from Leipzig, who's a midfielder. Yeah. So all this talk about 100 million for Caicedo, I think that's all rubbish anyway. But on top of that, if they're looking at midfielders, then it gives me more confidence they might actually sell Caicedo in this window as well.
Okay, because Amadou Adara is, he plays in the same position as Caicedo. So if that should happen, then it looks like there's high possibility that he will come in and then replace Caicedo if he's going to be sold. But if there's no possibility of selling him, why would they go to be looking for another replacement for Caicedo, which is
exactly
Adara.
What my view and point is on it as well. Yeah.
Big up to you, Chelsea Perspective says joining from is it it says LV Las Vegas. Yeah. I forgot. Yeah. Joining from Las Vegas, listening while driving, and I'm here to enjoy a good show and support my bro. Absolutely, Chelsea Perspective. Thank you very, very much, brother. Are you taking the kids to school? I'm sure probably you might have done that before. But yeah, thank you very much. I know how you support each other behind the scene. You don't have to be typing. All you got to do is just get the video going. That's the most important thing, bro. Be safe, bro. You don't have to type. Be safe, please. Um. So yeah, Steven, this is what we have here at this moment. So in regards to this, any more stuff you want to share with us?
On this one specifically, on this specific deal,
Yeah.
no, I just find it interesting that Brighton are looking quite active now. Obviously, we took Kukurea in the summer, and from what I've read, this guy can also play as a left back as well as a centre back. So
Yeah.
it'd be interesting to see how he'll be used if they sign him, of course, because this proposal's been rejected because it doesn't meet the valuation as well. So if they do sign him, be interesting to see if they use him as a left back or a centre back. It's interesting that supposedly they want 100 million for Caicedo, even though all the talk has previously been 75 million or thereabouts. And then as soon as it came out about 100 million, a couple of hours later, a day later, it's come out as they're looking at Haidara from Leipzig. So it's very interesting. It doesn't all add up, but definitely the Haidara stuff, it benefits Chelsea, obviously.
Yeah.
If that's legit interest.
Okay. So just like Steven said, if that is a legit interest, it means that the 100 million, as we're hearing, wouldn't be the main official price unless, like I said, unless Brighton don't want to sell Caicedo. But if they want to sell Caicedo, then they wouldn't price him for 100 million. It's way outrageous price because it doesn't worth 100 million. Big up to you, Blue Blood. Said I'm listening near Cobham. See, we got fans in the chat who are even in Cobham. I wouldn't say near, he's in Cobham at this moment. He can give us every breaking news when we need it. So yeah, thank you very much, Blue Blood, big brother. Hope you're doing very well. So this is the breaking news as Stephen is sharing with us, and also being tweeted by Mr. Fabrizio Romano, aka Ronaldo, aka Fabrizio Ronaldo. So here we go. As he says, it's getting close. Only if it's true. Okay, Ryan. I'm gonna go to Ryan. Ryan, any news for us in regard to Liverpool or Chelsea, or anything you want to talk about before we get into the topics?
Yeah, a couple of things. Firstly, it's not really transfer related, but I read an article about it earlier today that when João Felix was red carded against Fulham, all the Fulham players surrounded the referee, and it looks like the FA have taken action against Fulham. They've fined the club around £30,000, I think, for failing to ensure their players conducted themselves. So I think that's kind of good to see that the FA are taking action and taking that seriously. That's something that irritates me, because it kind of
influence the
undermines
influences a ref to make a different decision to what he might be thinking.
It's peer pressure, pressurizing the ref.
At the end of the day, just quickly, while we're on it, even if he'd given a yellow, VAR would have checked it anyway.
Yeah, VAR would have checked it, and they can revisit.
So they don't need to surround him, and they're probably saying, "Oh, it should be red, should be red, should be red." Well, if it should be red, they would check it regardless of what he gives.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, VAR's there, and it's just a bad instinctive kind of behaviour that is intrinsic to not just Fulham, but a lot of players in the Premier League and in different countries that we want to see it clamped down on. So it's good to see the FA.
But then they don't do nothing about it, though, because arguably the ref could start booking them. That would get people stopped quick enough.
Yeah, and I agree. I think that's more punitive than giving a £30,000 fine to a football club.
It stops it immediately as well. Like, it's not going to happen the rest of the game.
Okay.
Fair point. I agree with that.
Stop, your brother is here. Kim So is here. Your brother is here. Kim So, big up to Kim So, my brother. I hope you're doing very well. Blue Blood said that Cobham, near Cobham, it says, but on the other side of A3. And so yeah, I don't know much about Cobham. I don't know the area. I don't know UK very well. So I'm sure Stav might know. Stephen knows those places, A3, and then those places. So thank you very much. He said,
He's in Chobham, near Cobham.
"Oh, Chobham. Okay,
I've never
Chobham,
even heard of
Chobham.
that place.
Chobham, Chobham near Cobham. Oh my God, the name sounds you rhyming
Come
over
Chester.
here. Kim So, big up to you.
Chobham
Okay,
near Cobham on the A3. Say
the
that
A3.
quickly.
Oh, so
It's
just
not
like
a tongue
what,
twister at all.
yeah. Ryan just said it's very, very important the way FA are making those rules stands out, because there's a lot of time that we've watched games where the players rush. I mean, some tackles might not be even that severe or serious, but then players influence the referee's decision, and it looks like the FA are being so consistent. They want to make it more serious that the FA is is looking up to those things, where if players rushing the referee to impose their decision on the referee for him to make some other decision based on the tackle. So I think it demands some attention. So
And
I'm
it's not just
very happy.
it's not just the players. They need to police the managers as well. If you look at the way Arteta's been behaving this whole season, it's a disgrace, in my opinion.
Well,
And Klopp at times.
let me Ryan, when you say this, I'll say this to you. Liverpool, Manchester United fans, Everton fans, if they are listening, they will come back and tell you that clubs have been doing for how many years now. No one has said nothing. They should give Arteta a break. It's time for Arteta for him to also behave the same way. If club wasn't punished, why would Arteta be punished?
They've been charged twice, Nate. Arsenal have been charged twice in successive games.
Yeah. I want Herbert to tell me this. Staff, I want Herbert to give me this answer. Herbert, your master, you guys is president, which is Jurgen Klopp has been doing this for years, and he's not been punished. Why do you want Arteta to be punished, Mr. Herbert? Tell me.
Because he doesn't like him.
Oh, Mr. Ryan. Sorry.
Sorry, what was the question? What was the question?
My question is, Klopp has been doing this for years. He's never been punished. Why do you think Arteta?
I know, and Zion man, but you don't need to spin it on Klopp. You know, I was talking about Arteta. Why do we need to mention Klopp? Come on, man.
No, very political.
Because you're a Liverpool fan, and
I know, but
yeah, I've listened.
Common enemy here, Arsenal. Let's focus on Arsenal. You don't like Arsenal.
I'll tell you, Lee. I'll tell you.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yeah.
Tuchel was charged for it, and Kante was charged for it. Right. Tuchel deserved to be charged for it. Right. He was the instigator. Right. And then he wanted to carry it on at the end of the game. Right. And that basically got Kante a slap wrist. Right. Yeah. Because of Tuchel carrying it on. If they just left it, they probably would have both been charged. Right. Which they were, and probably would have got similar fines, etc. Right. But he had to carry it on because, we watched everybody watch Mourinho, you watched everyone, right? That one of the first things they want to do, right, is go to the fans, right, and applaud their own fans. And all Conte wanted to do was go to his fans, right? They managed to steal a point, right? And he shook his hand. He doesn't have to look him in the eyes, right? There's a lot of times managers shake hands because they're expected to. They might even hate each other, right? But Arteta, the way he patrols that, he doesn't even stay in his box, right? And sometimes he gets too carried away. And then he was like the other night, he put 4 fingers up as if to say 4 times, right? He's not refereeing the game, but he's trying to. Ferguson used to do the same thing. I mean, they killed Mourinho for it. Every time Mourinho said anything, they killed him for it. So everybody should live by the same thing.
And certain few lines that he said in interviews in the end.
Yeah. If I say anything, 7.
If I speak, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. If he speaks, he's in trouble.
Yeah, he was literally every game he would say
$25,000, $20,000 all the time.
This minute, you're the pundits. You have your say on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Ryan, I was just trying to pull your legs a little bit. So
no, that's okay. I don't get what's the point having a technical area if these managers are just going to walk out of it and run up and down the touchline. What's the point?
They don't even walk out of it. They storm out of it.
Yeah.
No,
I don't
but
know.
you know Vieira the other
Aggressively.
day
It's a passion.
when Palace
It's a
had the free
passion.
kick against us. He was about halfway down the line. And then
Yeah.
he got
I've
booked
got-
and he started complaining. Bro, you're halfway down the line. What do you mean? You're not even close to your area.
Kim So said, Klopp is so whiny.
He is, to be
Kim
fair.
So.
Kim So finally gets something right. We all agree, Kim So. I've got a question, right?
Yeah.
Ryan, did you watch the Fulham-Chelsea game?
Most of it, yeah.
Right. Did you see the red card?
Yeah.
Right, okay. I'm going to get accused of being biased here, right? But there was no intent in it, in my opinion. Yeah, they were quite far away from each other when he slid in, Felix, yeah? Right? And if you're watching him, he's actually trying to bring his foot down. And his momentum, or
It's
both
too
of them
late,
momentums, took them into each other. So he couldn't get the foot down. For me, if you're going to go in and close in and you've got the foot up, yeah, fine, red card, right? But that wasn't the intention or the intent. And surely these idiots on VAR have got more experience to realise that there was no intention. There should be an intention, and he didn't hurt him, right? And any player that's going to roll around and try and get the opponent sent off, I just want a bit more.
He barely made
sensible.
contact as well, by the way.
Hey? Yeah,
He barely made contact.
No, he hardly touched him because he was trying to bring his foot down. Right? And it's like,
Yeah,
like I said, he hardly touched him.
He was damned if he did, damned if he didn't. Because if the ref had given yellow and it went to VAR, that kind of foul, it looks even worse in slow motion. Like VAR were always going to.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Ryan. Right? These idiots on VAR, right? They're seeing it, and it's even more likely that they can see there was no intent because they can see the face, they can see the fact he's bringing his foot down, right? Whereas the officials in real time, do you understand what I'm saying? And he just sees it once, right? I get what you're saying. It might look worse in slow-mo, right? Mm-hmm. But you can see where there was an intent there. And they were quite far apart when he made the initial lunge to get the ball. He was deliberately, intent on playing the ball. There was no intent on fouling, right?
Yeah.
And when you compare that to when we played Man United a few years ago, right? And was it Jones? Basically put his studs in Drogba's chest deliberately, right? And Drogba got booked for feigning injury. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right? And there's situations, but it was deliberate. It was an intent to stop Drogba getting to the ball and to hurt him. And Drogba ended up with 3 cracked ribs from that, and he got booked for it. Right? We didn't have VAR then, but you've got VAR. Slow it down by all means, right? And then play it for normal speed. And you can see as well, you can play at normal speed 2 or 3 times. The ref gets just one look, right? And he acts straight away.
All right, staff, thank you very much. Thank you, Ryan, and thank you, Stephen, for us to have this short discussion that has nothing to do with our topic at this moment. It's just a little discussion, which is much more fair. We're going to have more of this discussion as soon as we're done with the topics of the day.
Do you like Blue Blood's comment?
Yeah, I'm about to read it. Yeah. It says maybe Tuchel's waiting to take over from Klopp again. Ryan, do you like this comment?
No.
Yeah. Mainz.
I hope it's
Dortmund.
Sarcastic.
No, it's Mainz and Dortmund, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's
being sarcastic, because he took over from him, Mainz, and then did the same thing at Dortmund. So probably he could take over from Klopp at the Liverpool. I know, Ryan.
Yeah, Stav just said it. Liverpool will not sack Klopp. He would have to walk.
Yeah, they're not going to sack him. You had it. What was it? 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
When the wild Dutchman was injured, right, and got some injuries, and they still managed to get in the top 4.
Okay.
Didn't you?
Yeah. Stop. Let's sum it up so we can start with the topics we have for
I've
today.
summed it up. There you go. Move on.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Stavy. Today, today we're going to talk about the first one will be McAllister. According to a report from Tutu Makato Web, Brighton have rejected a 55 million bid from Alexis McAllister from Chelsea. What do we do with this? McAllister has been in the news for the past 2 weeks, and he's still in the news today. Where do Chelsea fans tend to face against? I mean, towards if we've been rejected with that 55 million. If 55 million was a bid from Chelsea, then what about Moises Caicedo, 100 million? Guys.
Look, right. Potter converted him, didn't he, to a defensive mid, right? I would like to just stop looking at Brighton players, right? And I don't know. A lot of us, because of Potter, we're going to get linked to a lot of Brighton players. Doesn't mean there's any substance in it that we're actually going for these players, right? It's just
it's an easy link to make.
Yeah, it's just lazy. It's just lazy journalism sitting around, right, in the office. What can I write now? Oh, hang on, McAllister. He played for Potter. The Brighton link's going to be too easy and too strong because of the media.
Who's got to be next, Matoma?
Yeah, the thing is, pick your target, go for your target, tell them what you're willing to pay, move away, and go and look at the next target. And if they want to take the money, they take the money. If they don't, get lost.
Okay.
You're not holding it to ransom.
Stephen and Ryan, do you guys want to add anything to it, or we have to move on? Since it's unless the news is really interesting to you guys. If not, then we can move on to another one.
I'm not sure there's much in it for McAllister. Caicedo, yes, but I think if anything, Caicedo. I think the only ones we'll really target, if we're going to target anyone, would be Caicedo and potentially Sanchez, the keeper. I think they're the only two we would potentially target. Where is this coming from? Yeah, I'm seeing an update from Ben Jacobs on the whole Caicedo and Haidara thing at the moment. I'm trying to make sure. I don't know where another quote I'm getting. Yeah, there was another quote I got. I don't know if that one's from Ben Jacobs' tweet or not, from another account.
This is if you're referring to the Ben Jacob accounts, it's Chelsea haven't given.
Oh no, it's from him, but there's another account that puts quotes and stuff, and I'm not sure if they're quoting Ben Jacobs because I can't see the full thing on my phone screen at the moment.
Okay. Well, this is if you guys are watching, this is Ben Jacobs quote. This says Chelsea haven't given up on Moises Caicedo. Brighton have had an offer rejected for Leipzig. Amadou Haidara. If they sign him, there's feeling Caicedo could get could yet leave. Not easy for Brighton since Leipzig didn't want to sell. Clause in Haidara contract only allows summer exit. So that is what we're looking at this moment.
There's another bit. I don't know if you read it. I couldn't hear the whole thing, but apparently he said Caicedo's extremely keen on and would love a January move to Chelsea, but he will not force a departure from Brighton. By the way, if you meant to put that on the screen, I don't know about the others, but I personally can't see it.
Okay, I'll check into that one. So I have to go off the screen real quick. Elsa.
They're saying the same thing about Enzo, aren't they? That he's not willing to agitate anymore.
Yeah, but then that's because of he was so confident that something was going to happen earlier in the window. That he was trying to force the move, and he even went to Argentina and all that, and then obviously it didn't happen. So he probably don't want to do it again and rock the boat too much.
because they reintegrated him, didn't they? Just like, look, there's I can't name one off the top of my head, but there's plenty of defensive mids out there, right? Who we can get easily and cheaper, right? Brighton are going to hold us to ransom. Benfica are similar. They always like to get the best money they can for players they're selling, right? You just put the offer in. If they accept it, they accept it. If they don't, say, right, see you later. Let us know if you change your mind. We're moving on to the next one. And the minute they see you move on to another one, suddenly they're thinking, well, hang on, we could miss out here, right? And come the summer, right, no club's going to want to buy either of them for the price that they're both asking right now because of the FFP, and they're going to close the contract thing, the amortization, right? Mm-hmm. And they'll find it even harder to sell them. So if either they sell them now, right, get the money, or we move on. I don't like virtually being like begging. I mean, we saw it with Matthias de Ligt. We thought it was a done deal virtually. He said he was looking forward to coming to Chelsea to play for Tuchel, right? And next thing you know, he's gone to Bayern Munich because they went to see him in Italy, right? And the guy from Bayern Munich responsible for the transfers was calling him all the time. But I have a suspicion that Matthias de Ligt, right, would have had words with Hakim Ziyech and anybody else he's played with before, right? And they're not going to recommend.
One of the troublemakers we've had.
No, he's not a troublemaker. If a mate asks you a question, right, you're going to answer your friend properly, aren't you? Not going to lie to your friend, say, yeah, come to Chelsea, especially when you know you're going to be leaving at some point.
Yeah, but he has also caused issues anyway.
Like what?
We know from a lot of things that he's one of the people that's caused issues with previous managers.
No, he hasn't. What previous managers?
You know, with all the stuff behind, from all the stuff that I've read, he's one of the people that's been involved.
Nah, he hasn't. Listen, Lampard liked him. Yeah, he did everything.
Isn't he the only one that actually played him in his role as well?
Hey, Lampard.
He's the only one that actually played him in his role.
Yeah. Well, so's Potter now. Right. Listen.
Yeah, because we got the space because injuries.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. He's still playing him, right? Because Potter's adapted to playing with four at the back, which suits him more, right? Mm-hmm. But he's still playing him, right? And that's why I believe in Potter, because he's adaptable and he will switch. He's playing to this whatever he's got available to him and their strengths, right? And that's why I believe in Potter more than I ever did.
Still trying to get in guys that he wants on top of that as well.
Yeah, but the thing is, right? It's a nonsense to single out a single player, because I read that 14 players, right, during the summer wanted to leave Chelsea, and that Bowley talked a lot of them round. Because that's why
I've seen a high percentage. I think one of them I read was 60+%.
Yeah, right. And because Bowley had individual meetings with every single person, right? And the problem with Ziyech is he got on okay, didn't he, with Lukaku? Went on holiday together, this kind of stuff, right? But it doesn't mean he's a troublemaker, does it? You have to know the story.
One of the ones that was involved. That's what I'm saying.
Listen, I'm not going to go down that route where I blame an individual player. I tell you what, Nee, one evening.
I'm not saying he's only one, by the way.
Yeah, one evening, not now, like when the transfer window shuts, which is next week sometime. Let's put Ziyech.
6 days, so next Tuesday.
Yeah, it's next Tuesday.
Is this something that you guys want me to put on the platform? Steven and the staff. What do you want me to do? No,
leave it till next week.
Okay.
Right. And I want you to put Ziyech on as a subject, whether he stays or goes. Yeah. Because there's a lot of stuff people don't know about Ziyech.
Okay,
Right.
write it down.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll remind you.
That would
I'll
have to
remind
be
you,
in 7 days because the deadline day bit's got to be madness.
Yeah, deadline days we won't be sleeping. We'll be streaming 24/7. The channel will be on, and all I'll be doing is giving you the updates on players that are moving from east to west, south to north.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll be doing. The channel will be up all day until the transfer window closes, and we're gonna have a special thumbnail for it.
You did say after, but I was just saying it ends in 6 days.
I'll remind you.
To be annoyed.
Okay, stop. Remind me, so I'll put that subject down.
I'll remind you myself. Right.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, your thing that you put the AI that you put on today with the sexy lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
She said. So I'm assuming you told her to say it. I know it's not real. Right. £300 instead of 300,000.
Oh, he said 300 pounds. Yeah.
Oh.
That should tell you Stab is listening to all the numbers and the figures coming from the AI lady. Yeah, she works for me. I pay her every month. If you guys haven't seen my AI girl, she works for me. I pay her every month. I pay her $300,000 every 2 weeks. So check her out. She's very, very beautiful lady. She does a very good job for me. Anytime I want her to do a job, I just give her the from the strips, and then she reads everything for me. So yeah. Check my AI video. You guys will love it. It's one of the other options that I have to make some quick videos in terms of a breaking news for all the viewers that wants to know what is going on around Chelsea. We got 33 of us watching. We have only 23 likes. Let us beef up the likes, guys. Let us beef up the like. I'm having lots of comments also from Kimso, my brother. I'm not so sure of this language, but it looks like Spanish to me. It says La Chile or La Chiali. That's just what you're trying to say. Like Yali says, like Yali, I don't know what it means, but it looks like it means subscribe, people. Subscribe. Thank you very much, my big brother Kim So. You always entertain me, and I love your energy. Kim So, what you got for us in the news? Share with us, Kim So, big brother. Share with us. Caicedo is not worth 100 million. Yeah, we all agree that he doesn't. Blue Blood said a surprise. Edson Alvarez has nothing. Nothing been. I think has not been mentioned.
Yeah, B has not been mentioned.
He hasn't been mentioned. Yeah, that's what Blue Blood.
You know what that is, don't you?
Yeah. I know. I've been a victim of this.
The new recruitment team have come in and wonder we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Can you tell me? Can you tell me why?
Surprise! Edson Alvarez has never been mentioned, just like you said. Yeah. Blue Blood, do not waste your time again typing it, because I know what you mean. If you make an error, do not waste your time. I'll read it and trying to make sense out of what you read, even if it was a typing error. Because I know this thing. Anytime you type the right thing and you push the space bar, the space it changes it to what they want it to be. I've been a victim of it many times. So do not worry retyping everything again. It gets annoying. It doesn't even entertain you to, or maybe encourage you to type anymore. So I get it, Blue Blood. Alvarez Alvarez is average. I think that's what Kimso means. Ziyech stays. Kimso said Ziyech stays. Big up to you, Kimso. Thank you for your energy, Kimso. I think Kimso is he's a moderate. I was gonna check him out. Blue Blood's also a moderate. Blue Blood.
You said there is someone yesterday, innit? I can't remember who it was, but then you realized they were a mod as well.
Yeah, Blue Blood has deleted his messages on YouTube, but then I can see it over here. So I'm not reading from YouTube. It
still comes up.
Yeah, it will still come up on my platform, because my platform will not be deleted, but on YouTube over there is being deleted. It says a message deleted. But Blue Blood, do not worry. It's all right. So guys, let's subscribe. We got 38. We only have 26. Come on. What about other guys? What about the other people that are listening and watching? Let's beef up the like. So we're gonna move on from McAllister. We've talked a lot about McAllister. Big up to Amos. Amos, I hope you're doing very well. Let me know where you're watching out from. He says on Caicedo, Brighton wants to scare Chelsea away. They aren't interested in selling him to Chelsea. I believe that's the main reason why they hyped the price to 100 million, because he's not anywhere 100, not even 80 million. Caicedo don't worth 80 million. If I push Caicedo, maybe 55 to 60 million. That's where I can push his price tag to. So big up to you, Amos. Kim So said Chelsea need to win the UCL this season. We will try, because that's the only trophy that Chelsea can win. Because when you're playing other countries, other teams from different countries, you know, the playing style is different. If you're playing an English team, the playing style is basically almost the same. So it becomes very, very difficult. That is how Chelsea has found the Champions League. Most of the time, it'd be easy for them when the domestic league is not going very well. So I think Chelsea can exploit that option and try and win the silverware. And Chelsea can do that because they know what the Champions League means to them as a football club in the whole. I'm watching from Nigeria. Big up to all Niger. Niger. Big up to all my brothers over there. Kim So said Brighton. Again, Morgan asked Leo, stop buying from them. Yes, stop buying. It has to do with Potter. It makes it very easy when we've been linked with a Brighton player, because everyone will say Potter did that. Potter transformed this guy. Potter brought him. Potter brought that player. Potter has worked with him before, so Potter knows what he can do. So it makes the argument. It makes the argument more easy to suit Brighton.
Do you know what's funny about that?
Yeah.
Sorry, Steve. Do you know what's funny about that? Right? Everybody links us to Brighton players because of Potter. Yeah. But the next day, right, the signings are not Potter's. Right? It's the board. It's the club. Potter's not buying anybody, not signing anyone. But when it suits them, right, they'll link us to a Brighton player.
Yeah, if something goes wrong with one of these signings, it'll be Potter's fault.
Yeah, well, it's going to be Potter's fault anyway. Doesn't matter what he does. Like,
because if he doesn't want,
like, if the player flops, even if Potter gets sacked and the player still flops, it'll be his fault. Whereas beforehand, it'll be
because he recommend. He's the run there. Steven, always the blame is going to be on Potter. Because if Potter doesn't want a player, he should go ahead and tell the board, look, I don't want this player.
He does.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if the blame is on Potter, he deserves it because he recommend the player. You get what I'm trying to say?
That's not my point.
What's your point?
Not my point. My point is the way the media twist things, right?
Okay.
They'll connect us to Brighton players because of Potter, but then when we sign somebody, right, and they want to do a different story, right, it was Bowley, not Potter, or it was Vival, not Potter, right? The whole thing, the whole idea of bringing Vival in, and the guy from Brighton and the guy from Southampton, I can't remember all the names, right, was to build like a committee, a panel, to work with the coach, right? The coach makes suggestions, right? Vival makes suggestions because he'll have contacts throughout Europe. They sit there, they discuss the attributes of every player. Potter has a say, right? If he doesn't want someone, he can say he doesn't want someone, right? But there's nothing wrong with that. Having people working together to bring the right people to the club, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But the media will twist it to suit their own narratives, depending what day it is, and if they change their underwear this morning.
Okay, Steven, you want something to say? Ryan, you want something to say about this before we move on to you go like Kante?
No, nothing from me.
Okay, Steven.
I was just gonna say, I messaged about the Andre Santos stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure if you've seen the quotes.
I saw it, but then you can share with me, and then I'll share it. I'll share that on the screen for the viewers to see it.
So I'm looking at the ones that are absolute Chelsea have put up that are quotes, because obviously it's got to be Brazilian. So then they've obviously found someone who's translated it or whatever and put it up on their account.
Okay.
But essentially, he said Jorginho and Silva are phenomenal guys. He always looked up to them. He was very happy in the first contact for the way they treated him and the simplicity of the welcome. And he hopes, I hope to help them and the team a lot when I return. And it's a dream come true to play for one of the biggest clubs in Europe, a huge club like Chelsea. I'm very happy. Everyone who is close to me knows that it was my goal when I was 18 to be in Europe, and thank God I was able to achieve it. And then he said about Chelsea releasing him for Brazil under-20 duty. I got there, talked to them, and they made me feel at ease, accepted, and wished me good luck. I'm sure they're rooting for me. They've already sent me a message to keep it up. Have you seen the clip from when he was captain the other day?
Yeah, I saw the clips of him.
Yeah, that was brilliant. I saw the translation of that.
Big up to you, Benzo. Benzo, I'm not so sure if you're the same person, but looks like you've changed your profile picture. The Benzo that I saw on the platform a couple days ago, it was a woman, but I don't know. But big up to you if you're just joining us. As we have here, Stephen, I've said it all. Ryan don't have much in regards to that topic, and then also Staff also said a lot about in regards to Tuchel and not Tuchel, Graham Potter, what he wants and what he doesn't want, and who takes the blame. Okay, so we're gonna move on from there, and then I think this is coming for Kim. So he says Caicedo is worth 30 million max. You're right, Kim. So I even gave him 60. I gave him 60 based on the Premier League, and our players are so expensive in the Premier League. That's why I gave him that. Do you think Chelsea can beat PSG? Why not? Why not?
Wait, why PSG though?
No, he thinks maybe PSG can win it. So he's wondering if we go to the finals and we meet PSG, can we beat PSG?
PSG had the same issue for years. I don't see PSG even getting to the final.
Yeah, PSG, we can beat
they
PSG. They
have the same issue.
Long. The team, PSG have an imbalanced team. PSG
and Man City are the same. They always have issues in the Champions League for whatever reason.
The team is always in balance. One, you have 3-4 attacking players that wouldn't like to track back all the time. They just want to score goals, but they forget the game is all about scoring goals and defending. The best defensive team is the one that goes and win trophies. Just like I think there was something that I read. They said a good defensive team can win a league, and I'm not. I forget about the way they
is it
a good team win a league and attacking something, do something. I forgot what they used to say about.
Isn't it something like attacking wins games but defense wins titles or something?
I think attacking
something
win games.
To that effect.
Yeah, attacking win games and a defense win title. That makes a lot of sense.
I think it's something to that effect. I've not heard it in a long time, but I know roughly where you're going with it.
So that's what Kim So just says. Potter didn't want CR7, and then he went ahead and said the media didn't like us, which is Chelsea. Big up to you. Hello, our lovely lady. She said, I want to said, hello, my brother. Hope you and the panelists are doing well. We're all doing fine. I want to love you. The Prince, big up to you. The Prince, I saw you earlier on a Chelsea perspective. Brother, thank you very much for all you do. Thank you for supporting this platform. And then our only brother, also Chelsea Perspective platform. It's always a pleasure to have new faces on the platform. Benzo, she said, he or she said that Chelsea will go for Malo, Gutso, Pedro Perro, and give Andrew Santos place. Then spend much for Enzo and Caicedo. In fact, we still have Kante. That makes a lot of sense. The Prince said, "Is it true Chelsea want to sign Nuno? Nuno's of Wolves. Nuno, Matthias Nunes. Yes, we have an update on Matthias Nunes. I'll share that on the screen before as we go on. Go ahead, Stephen.
What we were speaking about is a quote from Ferguson, I believe. Attack wins you games, defense wins you titles.
A quote from Ferguson. Please, can you share that on the group chat? I'll copy it and then save it so when I need it.
I think it's from him. Yeah, it is.
Cool. Ferguson's quote.
Yeah.
So, okay, guys, so we're going to move on. We got 38 of us watching the stream. Please, when you come in, you got 41, and move up to 41. So, yeah, don't forget to put a like on the video. It's very, very important for the channel and the platform as the channel keep growing. So yes, the next topic will be Igola Kante. His name never gets away from the platform, as it's been tweeted by Fabrizio Romano some time ago. Fabrizio Romano via caught offside. I think through another platform, Fabrizio Romano said this: Igola Kante is prior, I think he always been Chelsea player, Chelsea and the Premier League. Kante is now in talks with Chelsea on different terms. This is why the situation is now open again. So that is going on with N'Golo Kante.
What was
I know
it?
all Chelsea
I haven't
fans.
seen that one. What's he saying?
He said, Fabrizio on that platform, he says Kante prioritize everything on Chelsea and has always been a Chelsea player. So also be a Chelsea player, and in the Premier League, Kante is now in talks with Chelsea on different terms. This is why the situation is now open again. So in regards to what he was saying, so yeah, I know all Chelsea fans wants to keep Kante in there. Big up to you. It's been a long time, my brother. Almighty Blues FC. Big up to you, my brother. He says, big up, brother. He says, how are you? Yeah, I'm doing very well. See you soon. I'm doing very well, my brother. I'm doing absolutely wonderful. He showed me some love. It's been a long time. I don't even know when you stream anymore. I don't know what happened, but I don't get notifications from you as much as I used to do before. So maybe YouTube is doing something wrong or something right somewhere. Stanley I think Ogina. Stanley said, good evening from here, Blues family. Good evening to everyone in Niger. Big up to you, my brother. And then also my brother, true brother. Hey, bro, what's up? I hope you're doing very well. It's coming from Chad. I hope all Jamaicans are doing very well at this moment. Chelsea should give Andrew Santos a chance. He does well as a midfielder to the tune of Enzo and Caicedo, since the asking price for both Enzo and Caicedo is beheading. Yes, sir, those prices are very, very good, but are not good. They're way too expensive. Especially Enzo, they still want 120. But I don't know. I know Chelsea are going in for trying to beat with a different price again. They're going in with a different beat, but I don't know how that will change anything. And also the Caicedo 100 million. But as at this moment, Brighton are looking for another player. Who knows how true that is? If they're able to find that player or sign that player, the main start, Chelsea can get Caicedo with a different price. They're trying to put that price tag off to throw Chelsea off. So Chelsea,
to be fair,
sign
the 100 million. I think Potter once joked when he was their manager about it be like about 100 million for Caicedo. So I think it partly comes from that.
Well said, Stephen. Well said. Pulisic and
I think
Ruben.
that's sort of where that came from. I don't think Brighton actually saying that. It sounds like they would still do like 75 as like a total package anyway. So I think we offered 55 plus 10. So in reality, you bump each of those up about 5 or so, and you're basically sorted.
Okay, the Prince said, don't you know Nunes wanted Chelsea during last transfer market, but Chelsea declined his wish, but now we are going for him. This is going to cost us a lot, I believe. This is going to cost us a lot. I saw something
about 44 million in British pound. Yeah, Chelsea are prepared to compete with Liverpool for Wolves' Matthias Nunes. When they step up their pursuit for midfielders this summer, he's expected to cost around £44 million.
Okay. Did you share that with me? If not,
it's in the group. Yeah,
it's in the group. Okay, I'll share that with the fans. I know a lot of you. Some of you have seen it, some haven't. So I'll share that.
It's from that Mike McGrath guy. I don't know who he writes for specifically, what paper, whatever. But yeah, it's from him.
Okay, thank you very much, Stephen. I'll share this with. I think it's coming from Absolute Chills. I'm sure that's where it's coming from. Thank you, Stephen.
I found it from someone else and then I sent it, but I do think it was them. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna move on from N'Golo Kante. Do you guys have anything else to say in regards to N'Golo Kante for him signing? Ryan, anything else? Steven, anything you want to say in regards to N'Golo Kante before we move on to Christian Pulisic and Ruben Loftus-Cheek on AC Milan's radar?
Yep, his name's N'Golo. There's no A in it.
N'Golo.
There's no A in it.
It's a noun.
There's no A in it.
Stop.
It's N'Golo.
Stop. It's a
N'Golo.
noun. I can choose to say it the way I want to. It's a noun.
I'm just educating you as well. Right? To be the greatest presenter.
Stop. You don't say my name right.
Platform.
You don't ever say my name right. Say my name again.
Call you Nee. Do you want me to say Nee Zion?
There you go. There you go. See, AI call my name Nia. So AI is saying different things. You also saying different things. So who is right?
What is it then? You tell me what it is.
You said it right. You got it. Nee. It's Nee. Yeah. You got it. I'm just messing with you.
Listen. I don't use the word
Zion.
Listen. I don't use the word Zion.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I don't use anything that relates to a certain country.
What relates to a certain country? No, what relates to a certain country? If you say that, you're wrong.
Zion.
Yeah. It's biblical. It's biblical. It's in the Bible.
Yeah. Which relates to? Which relates to?
To?
Which relates to what? It relates to the old Israel.
Let's try not to get political.
Yeah. But let's not get political. But just it's biblical. That is all.
I don't like.
It's not political. It's if you understand that word, it's not has to base with some country. I understand what you mean. Let's not relate to the country. Let's relate it to the biblical Bible.
I said your name properly, so stop complaining.
Okay, stop. Let's move on. Stephen, do you guys say stop? Do you guys say you want to say anything in regards to N'Golo Kante, or do we?
Yeah, he's going to start again. He's going to start again.
Okay.
Right. He had the chance to go back, right, to Paris. He has done for like nearly 3 years, and he doesn't want to go back to Paris, does he? Even though his family's here. Yeah.
Family and everyone here.
No, but he's got extended family in Paris, but he's not bothered because he's happy here. He can jump on a train that takes 2 hours, right, to get to Paris.
Yeah, true.
Ryan, I got a question for you. Do you think in the state that our Chelsea find themselves now, is there a chance for Chelsea to give Andre Santos? This is questions based on our brother over here, Amos' question. Do you think Chelsea should give Andre Santos a chance, or do you think he deserves to just go on loan? I mean, he plays under 20. He hasn't got that experience in the Premier League. Do you think Chelsea should fill in now, or we have too many players for Santos to get a chance? Since we don't have much competition going on.
I'm just driving at the moment. I didn't fully hear that question. Was it about Andre Santos?
Yeah, it's about Andre Santos. A question coming from our brother Amos. He said that Chelsea should give Andre
what
Santos
position does he play? Is he a fullback?
He's a midfielder.
He's a midfielder. I mean, yeah, there's going to be a lot of competition for places. So he's very young, isn't he? He's under 21, right?
Yeah, he's away with the Brazil under 20s at the moment for the what's it called tournament.
Okay.
Forgot what it's called.
Isn't he 18?
He's 18.
Yeah,
okay. I mean,
under 21s, and he captained them the other night, and the video came out of his team talk, and people saying it's like a John Terry type team talk.
Yeah, I mean, like you guys just mentioned, Chelsea is still pursuing like Caicedo, Nunez, what's his name? Enzo Fernandez.
Fernandez.
I don't know what their plans are. If they do sign Andre Santos, so they're going to loan him out straight away. I don't know what the plans are.
I don't know if he's got his work permit yet as well. That's the other thing. Because if he hasn't got his work permit, then
he's a full international anyway. Well, he's an under 21 international, under 20, so he'll have no trouble getting a work permit.
Yeah, but he also doesn't play. It depends on what band it is as to. There's loads of criteria for it. It gets really complicated.
He'll get it anyway. Like, look, that's not the problem.
The question is, do you think Chelsea, even though, okay, let's assume hypothetically this guy has his paper and everything ready. should Chelsea give this guy a chance at this moment in time? I'm not saying in the future. I mean, yes, in the future he will get a chance, but I'm saying now and where Chelsea find themselves at this moment. Do we see?
He's not going to play this season.
Okay.
Right, we've signed 5, including him, 5 foreigners. We're after a foreign right back and a foreign defensive mid. Whatever targets you're looking at, they're foreign, yeah? Right? Yeah. So forgetting Maduki, whatever it is, Nonny, right? Because he's English, right? So if we sign 2 more players, we'll have signed 6 foreign players, right? We've already got 15, I think it is, which means we can only add 2 to the squad.
Yeah,
right. So people have
to be English or homegrown, right?
Yeah, 8 homegrown, 17 imports. So we have to move players off, right? So
which we might be doing anyway. So that better clear that up.
The likelihood is you're going to see him going into the under 23s, which is Premier League 2. It's also likely that Gutso Fofana will go into that, which is where Caicedo is gone, right? So we can't field all of them. So at least 2 or 3
adapt to the country as well.
Yeah, at least 2 or 3 of them have got a maximum of 3 at the moment as it stands. I think it's either 14 or 15 we've got, right? So we're going to pick players to suit the Champions League because we're still in it, and we also want to get as high up the table as we can, right?
Okay.
So we can't put them all in anyway, whether we want to or not. So I don't know if he's only 18 and just turned 18, right? He can play for the youth team as well. Okay.
Okay.
But he's not going to play in the first team, and you're going to see at least 2, if not 3 people have to leave to fit in all those
He's 18,
signings.
he's 19 in May, just quickly.
When was he 18? When was he 18?
Last year.
Yeah, so he should be okay because it's based on the beginning of the year of the season. So it's 22-23 season. So he should be okay to play in the youth. But even then, it doesn't matter because he'll just go and play in the under-23s. Anyone can play in the under-23s. You can even have 3.
You're allowed even 3 over 23s or something, isn't it?
3 the first team or the squad can go into that.
If Lukaku has to come back and can't sell him, just chuck him in with them. He's still waiting to score.
Sometimes I feel, I don't know how I feel when I hear the word Lukaku still in our books. Sometimes that drives me nuts, but I have no choice.
Bro, he cost us 9.5 million amortization.
There you go. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on from there.
19.5 rather, yeah.
What if Potter thinks he can work with him?
Maybe.
I hope he don't think that.
Maybe he flourished. Maybe he can play well under Potter. Maybe other coaches couldn't use him well, but maybe Potter can use him wisely.
To the best of my knowledge, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he didn't have Lukaku didn't have issues with teammates, right? I've never heard any teammate complain about him, or even Werner, who's left, is in a position to have said something about him. Callum Hudson-Odoi, who's gone on loan, position to say something about him, and not a player said anything. The friction was with Tuchel, right? So if Potter thinks he can make him work, especially with the wingers we've now got, right? And that's what we're missing. We're missing someone who's deadly in the box, who'll get his backside in that box. Yeah. So it's up to Potter, innit? But then Potter's got to have to rest his Chelsea job on Lukaku being a success. But it's up to Potter to decide. I don't think fans should be just saying, "Oh, if he comes back, throw him in the under-23s." Right? But again,
that's not based on. That's mostly on the interview, and then he went back to. He's done another interview about being there again. I can't be bothered with him doing another interview. I can't do it.
It's not the point, is it? The point is what he was like when he was here. Right? When you go back to somewhere, you're going to suck up to them, aren't you? because a lot
Yeah,
of
but
Inter
he
Milan
did that
fans.
when he came here. He then said about Milan and all that then.
Oh, Stephen, do we really have to have like an argument about it? He did what Eden Hazard did when he went to Real Madrid and said one day he'll return to Chelsea to play again and to win things, right? Hakim Ziyech said the same thing about Ajax, right? All these players, they say the same thing, right? That they'll go back one day, right? Let me put it this way to you. Just bear with me. The guy, right, went to Italy, yeah, a deeply racist country, okay? And they accepted him, right, like one of their own. Even his mother, right, she was like a hero, his mother. But his mother still lived there, didn't she? Kept the house for her to live in, right? So the guy's going to be grateful to them, isn't he? Right? So when you leave, yeah, one day I'll return. He said one day, he didn't say tomorrow. He didn't say next week. He didn't say next season, right? Just let's not twist the whole thing into something it wasn't, right?
Let's wrap up.
Yeah.
Are you good now? Okay.
Yeah,
thank you, Stav and Steven. We're gonna move on. Before we move on to other topic, let me read some of the comments here. I think I've read this one already, so I'll move on to Blue Blood. Said Monty Python. I think Monty Python and the Holy Grail, the knight who say "Ni." Absolutely. My name is powerful. But anyway, the meaning of my name means Cain. The name of Ni means Cain. So if someone is trying to find the meaning of Ni, yeah, it means Cain.
King.
Yeah.
Oh, you had it been told though.
we seriously needed Kante around the team and experience needed. I believe he offers that. Absolutely. Kante offers loads of experience. The Premier League proving he's won everything. The World Cup, he won everything in the world. Everything
he's going to come back fresh.
Yeah, he will come back strong again.
Fresh.
Yeah,
he's going to come back fresh.
As
it's going to be like another signing.
You can say.
Yeah, Kante will be back again. Andrew. Yeah, Kim So said Andrew is 18 like me. Oh, Kim So, you're not 18 years old. Kim So, I know you. I know how old you are. You're not 18 years old, Kim So. I can bet my dollar on you. 18 like you. Face blue smiling, and that's what the interpretation over here. But yeah, he has emoji on YouTube. So yeah, Amos, shout out to everyone. If you're just joining us on this platform, please, it's very, very important you check in the comment section below and also be part of the comment and then listen to what we have to talk about. We have the next topic is going to be Christian Pulisic and Ruben Loftus-Cheek on AC Milan radar. We'll talk about that also. So get in the comment section. If you're on Twitter, also I'll share my Twitter link with you, so you can also follow me there. I have loads and loads of news that I always tweet. I tweet pretty much almost about every an hour or every 30 minutes. I'm tweeting, so lots of news that I put on that platform. Stavi, are you sleepy?
No.
Are you yawning?
Yawning. Okay. It's not illegal. It's a natural habit. There's a lot worse things.
Fair,
listen, I'm laid on top of my bed.
You're tired.
There's a lot worse things I could be doing.
Let's not touch on this thing and get us
let's not
trouble,
get in there,
please.
Trouble.
What,
let's
not
where?
I didn't say anything.
That'll get us in trouble. Pulisic and Ruben Loftus-Cheek, according to Casio Mercato, Pulisic is at the center of a transfer negotiation between Chelsea and AC Milan, with claims that the Serie A side are also keen on Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Where do we see this going? It is in a negotiation between Chelsea and AC Milan. Is it the time to see Christian Pulisic leaving the football club? In my opinion, I thought Christian Pulisic worth more than a player, but then he is an asset to the football club. I don't know what, Steven, you want to say. Get in before I go to Stavi.
About Pulisic and
Ziyech. Pulisic before we come to you can say anything about those two. Ziyech, no, not Ziyech. Ziyech is not in there. It's Ziyech is not in.
Just quickly on that, there was a report earlier that might be willing to put down 25 million for Ziyech. By the way, that came out
Who's
today.
willing? Who's willing?
Everton.
Yeah, I think. I have Ziyech there. I have Ziyech news over there. If you can remember the news that I sent you, but I have Ziyech there. But I'm talking about Pulisic and Ruben Loftus-Cheek at this moment. Is it the time to see both of them leaving the football club?
I don't know who initially reported it, but I did see something about Pulisic and the work being worked on for the summer. I can't remember who initially reported it though, and the reliability. Ruben, we heard recently that there's interest in him from a fair few clubs as well. So, yeah, none of that surprises me. Especially with some of the people that we've got have come in or are coming in. In terms of midfielders and wingers.
Steven, we can hear you. I mute your microphone for a second. I can't hear you, Steven.
Swallowing his microphone.
I hear lots of. All right.
I had my earphones in and they just died. But yeah, I'm not sure how much you heard of that. But there's been reports about Ruben leaving and Pulisic. There's apparently
your voice is down.
Negotiations are going on for the summer. So
can you hear me, Steven?
With the players we're bringing in, I wouldn't be surprised if either of them go. Huh?
Can you hear? Your voice is down.
I don't know what's going on then. I got no idea.
All right, go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, so
better now.
Reports... Oh, no idea what happened there then. There's reports of clubs being interested in Ruben, and there's talks that I think it's AC Milan apparently in talks about Pulisic, but I don't remember who initially reported that. But yeah, with the quality of players we're bringing in each position, I wouldn't be surprised to see either of them leave, whether it's this window or the summer. And then, like I said, you got news on Ziyech, but yeah, there was a report on Ziyech just quickly that came out earlier saying about 25 million in Everton. Whether that was Everton interested and would pay 25 million or Chelsea would want 25 million. I can't remember exactly what it was. I think I've seen one of each. So I
think my news is it's on Newcastle United. So yours is Everton. So go ahead.
I've seen that one as well about Newcastle would be interested in a loan with an option or something.
Okay. So Newcastle will be in Newcastle's own will be interested in the loan, but not to buy him outright. Okay. We'll come back to Ziyech. So you were still on Pulisic and Ruben, and you were saying the quality that we have. There's no, there's no sense in keeping it.
No, I'm saying I don't think either of them would want to stay for the quality we're bringing in each position.
But do you want to see Ruben also? Do you want to see him go? I don't know what the viewers say. Viewers, you guys want to see Ruben leave the football club?
I want to see him go because I don't think he's got a future here anyway, with who we're bringing in and stuff. And it'd be best for all parties if he does go. Chelsea can get him off the books. He can go and have a career somewhere else and still play as well.
Okay. Stabby.
Yeah. He needs to leave for his own career.
Who? Two players. There are two of them.
Well, one at a time. Not rush. Don't rush me. I can't talk about two players at the same time.
No, you say he needs to go. I was trying to find out which of them. Ruben.
You were talking about Ruben, weren't you?
No, it was two players. No, I said Pulisic and then Ruben.
Yes,
both.
But Stephen said Ruben. Stephen said Ruben, didn't he? He needs to go. Yeah. He won't be getting games anymore. Highly unlikely. Right? We can afford to release one English player or one homegrown because we've got 9, if I remember correctly. Right? So we can afford to release one, and it's got to be him. Don't get me wrong, I like him, but he's never really fully recovered, so he needs to go for his own good. Whether it's Italy or not.
Looks like everyone agree with you. Dipra and Prince said Ruben should go. Same with my brother here. I think Kishan, I'm sure that's the right name. He says Ruben Loftus-Cheek got to go. So everyone agree with Stephen and Stav.
If it was the Ruben Loftus-Cheek before his injury, then I'd be in two minds. But he's not going to get back to that level. Whether it's Italy or not's a different matter. Pulisic, who's going to sign him now? It's going to be the summer, right? He's got 5 to 6 weeks more out, so no one's going to risk signing him.
The talk was, I think it was AC Milan looking at potentially doing a deal for the summer.
Yeah, so you're looking at, I believe that Pulisic may be dropped from the Champions League squad. Yeah. They may keep him for the Premier League. But it's going to be late March before he even comes back. So he's barely going to play anyway. And you don't come straight back there. You have to go into your own individual training, rehab.
And then you've got to work it up.
Yeah. You could probably sell him now if a team was willing to take the risk that he'll recover.
Honestly, I think the plans were to sell him and then he got injured.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get much money from Pulisic if at this moment he's injured and you're trying to sell him. Yeah. The money back won't be anything good.
You gotta wait. Anyway, that's that.
All right. Thank you very much, Stabby. Oh,
done.
You still got? Oh, you're done. Okay. Thank you much, Stabby. Stabby said, Kishan
comment as well. J5's out of contract and he isn't renewing, so he'll go anyway.
Yeah, he'll go in the summer, just like our brother here, Kishan said. J5 go to the end of this season.
Got to go at the end.
You're going to go at the end. Kishan said the cover too. Do you guys want to see Kovacic go at this moment? I think Kovacic still stay for a little bit. To help out from the bench. Loftus-Cheek is 27 years old now, so needs to kickstart his career somewhere else. Yes,
I'm in 2 minds on Kovacic.
So, Stav, you were saying something.
Yeah, if I had my way, right, Jorginho would be gone by this week, right, and he never plays for Chelsea again. That's
no hate, right? It's just that he's not really helpful.
No, it's because he's not reliable enough. He's not consistent enough, right? And there's better players coming in. If we get that mid,
with all due respect, right? With all due respect,
yeah. And now to Kovacic, I like him. Yeah, I like him, but he's now on his 3rd injury this season. Okay, and he's been playing with injections
he's
since
had the
November.
Injury since literally started the season.
No, what you even know for?
No, he's at the comment. He's at the comment.
All right. Because I can't see the comments, right? It's his 3rd injury this season. No, I saw that one. I can only see the only ones I can see are the ones on the screen.
Have legs.
Oh yeah, it just came in. Yeah, I was trying to tell him no, it doesn't have any legs. It's just media twisting things out. It's regards to does the Mason Mount thing to Liverpool have legs? So I don't think it has any legs at all. No, it's just the media trying to put something out there to get attention. The Prince said no, Cover should stay. He will. He still have lots to offer. Absolutely, Cover. We know if we all know where we stand with Cover, we shouldn't get upset with because I know Cover is not give us. It's not going to give us goals. So I'm not expecting goals from Cover. But I prefer him to be on the bench and come strongly to help the team out when the team needs.
I'll ask you a question.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Right. He's been injured 3 times this season, right? I said I like him. Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
He's been injured 3 times this season, right? He's had to play with injections, which means he could have been out even more, right? I think he was out, 2 or 3 times last season, right?
3 times.
And he was out. 3. And he was out, and he was out the Champions League, right? That time as well, around that time, right? So, because he's not held as high esteem as Kante, people are not noticing how often he gets injured. Yeah. Now, I might upset people here. You've got Gallagher, you've got Mason Mount, right? They're both attacking mids, right? They can both play that role that Kovacic plays, right? And you bring in another DM in as well, right, to play with Kante. Yeah. So, if they're all fit, right, and they're not fatigued, right, I would pick Mount, right, over Kovacic. Better end product, more goals, more assists. Kovacic is great at carrying the ball, right, and he can do it at reasonable pace as well, at carrying the ball forward. But he gets to that last third of that pitch, there's nothing. There's nothing. There's no productivity, right? He scored that great goal against Liverpool, but that's because he was stood at the edge of the box and the ball just came straight to him, right?
Great goal, by the way.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not debating. I said he got a great goal.
Oh,
Yes,
no,
I think let me send
he
this.
doesn't do it often enough. He doesn't do it often enough.
Let me
To
send this
challenge
out there
further.
real quick to all soccer loving fans, people that also like to watch the women game. I think Chelsea women play
women are
Tottenham
playing
Hotspur
Tottenham
today
women in the League Cup tonight.
in the League Cup today. So if you enjoyed playing watching
Man,
women football, I love
already.
it. The kickoff,
They've
yeah.
kicked off.
I love watching
I
women
think they're
football.
about
I
to,
can
aren't they?
let me if Brighton is
No.
playing, maybe Brighton is
9:00.
playing Arsenal. I
7:45.
might end up watching the women game instead of watching Brighton and Arsenal. So that's how much I love the
7
women's game.
7:45.
Oh yeah, it started nearly 15 minutes ago. Yeah, I've just realised.
So, all right, go ahead.
Chelsea can beat Tottenham again. Great fun.
Yeah.
All right.
and,
If you guys are done, we can move on. If you guys are done, let's move on to a different topic.
One thing I
No,
would say is,
I just think that we've got younger players who are more productive, and we've got to shift some foreign players, right, to accommodate Caicedo, whoever we get. All the signings we've just got some foreign players.
considering his future as well.
Yeah, because he's going to know that he's now got more competition. He'll know himself. He's going to play less. So, of course, he's going to consider it. And maybe he wants to go into another club and have a new challenge and stuff like that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And he sees
some fee anyway.
Yeah, and he sees the project, the Bowley project, which is based around youngsters, right, or young players, right? So he knows what they want. So don't be surprised if he's thinking of going anywhere. And he's still got contract left, so we can sell him.
Okay, Stavi, thank you. Thank you, Stavi. Steven.
Yeah, no, I was just saying he's considering his future and we'll probably be able to get a decent fee for him as well, because it's not like he's a bad player, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, heck, if these reports about 25 million Everton for Ziyech are true, then who knows what you could get for Ziyech?
He's not going to go to. He won't go to Everton.
I don't think he will. But if you've got one team, considering 25 million for Ziyech, then all I'm saying is
who in the right mind?
You could get.
Yeah, who in their right mind's going to go to Everton now?
Oh no, you'll have to be a donut to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, in regards to Ziyech to Everton, so we're gonna share this. Ziyech news is in Ziyech, as has been said. Dean Jones of VI GameSpot said obviously Hakim Ziyech is gettable for Newcastle. Some people I speak to Newcastle and Chelsea believe that one has a chance. Dean Jones.
Oh, Dean Jones, yeah, I know.
Yeah, Dean Jones. That's what he said. He said he's gettable, and they believe Newcastle can get him. They believe Newcastle can get him from Chelsea. So that is what we have here. I know. He's also been linked with Everton, just like Steven just said. So yeah, if you guys have anything to say on regards to Ziyech away, I know a lot of people want to see him go. Some people don't want to see him leave. Where do we stand?
Yeah, the fan base is split, right? I gave reasons the other night why I would keep him, because that means you can ease Madueke, right, and not have that much pressure on him. And he is performing now. right? He's not going to go to Everton, and if he goes to Everton, he's going to want a thing inserted into the contract that he can leave if they get relegated, which may make Everton think twice. Okay, Newcastle, this Dean Jones guy. I'll be surprised if we let Ziyech go to Newcastle, because I saw a report that we're not interested in letting him go there. Yeah, because they could be the ones we end up in competition with for European slots, right? Whether it's Champions League or Europa, right? So they don't want to strengthen major opponents like for European places, and that sort of opens the thing about any other Chelsea player going there. And I agree with it. I don't see why we should do them any favours, money or not. So the other thing I read was Aston Villa are interested in him, which is a more plausible destination.
Don't give him to Newcastle.
It's a more plausible destination for me.
Okay.
It's better for club as well, obviously.
It's likely going to be a loan, because then that leaves the option open where he can impress people, and it leaves the option to maybe sell him for more money.
Yeah.
And Tottenham have just scored.
For goodness sake.
What's going on?
They're celebrating like they've won the whole thing. No, this must be, hang on. Is this an old one? What time did they kick off?
No, they've kicked off. They kicked off like 15 minutes ago or so.
Well, this isn't. Okay. It's not Tottenham, Julie.
If you guys are done with that topic, let's move on to the next one. There's a lot more to cover over here in regards to what we're just talking about. Also, we're gonna move on to the next one, which is Malo Gutso.
I will quickly say, okay. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it. So I think it was Opta. They put up Mudrik's top speed against Liverpool is something like 36.6 kilometers an hour. His personal trainer probably has access to like all the Chelsea data, so data from the actual tracking and all that, and it says 37.1. So it was calling out Opta on how they got their information.
The speed, and I also watched the illustrate. I mean
ridiculous.
The one that you shared in the group chat. I was even watching how they were trying to explain the movement and the speed that this guy has. It's going to be difficult.
It was even more if
Chelsea would be. I was just saying, why wouldn't Chelsea build this team? I don't like when they say build a team on a player. Build a team on this player, but in every team there is one player that stands out. That's one player that stands out to be the game changer, the game winning.
Before we signed him, said he could be the guy that finally replaces someone like Hazard.
Yeah, I felt like he has that attitude that I love of him. He has that self-esteem that like I can do it. I can take this team to that level. I can take this team to a different level. He has that steam that Hazard brought to the football club, where everyone is looking out for him. Everyone is looking for him, the magician, the one that can make a difference. So I felt like if the team can build themselves very well on this guy and make him the guy that can make the difference, it'll be very, very nice. We're going to see a different level in the look at Amaron. Miguel Amaron is now the talisman. He's now the top guy for Newcastle United. If he doesn't move that much, there's nothing. Newcastle are dead.
One thing I will say is because you're on about the video from that someone put in a tweet, and it was from Stephen Warnock breaking down the Liverpool performance, the two passes.
Yeah.
I like what he said. You could have gone for the obvious pass, which was essentially the switch pass on the first one.
On the right-hand side.
Yeah. But instead, he didn't go for that one. He tried to play... I think he tried to play it in behind. Oh, United have gone 1-0 up against Forest. Imagine my shock.
Yeah, it's
but the second one was nice as well, because...
They've done 5 minutes, right?
5 minutes, 30, yeah. But the second one from that Mudryk thing that they were breaking down was nice, because, again, they're saying you could play it slightly out to your right for someone to run onto. but instead he sees Joe Gomez running in that direction. And the pass for Chukwuemeka isn't even on at that point, but he waits until Gomez moves a bit more, because obviously he's thinking the obvious option is in Gomez's. So he's moving to try and help defend that. So Mudryk plays that little pass sort of across his own body into the penalty area for Kante to run onto.
Yeah.
Like, it's incredible. That's his first game. And he's already showing these flashes. Like,
so,
I can't wait to see him in person playing next week, because obviously we're playing at home next Friday. So I can't wait to actually see him play in a home game, Stamford Bridge, against that Fulham defence.
In regards to Ruben Loftus-Cheek, has been linked to Leicester City, as Simon Phillips has claimed that Leicester City do have eyes on Ruben Loftus-Cheek in January. So it looks like that will be his preferred destination. Leicester City need legs. The team is dying at this moment.
It looks like Ruben might actually move before the end of the window then, because it seems like there's quite a lot of interest in him. So
is it gonna go? Is it going on loan, or Chelsea are selling him out? Right.
We don't know, but I think I read somewhere there's quite a few clubs interested in him. So I wouldn't be surprised if he does go.
I think it would be a mistake to let him go. I don't mind him going on a loan, but I think, especially with his qualities and his English, I don't think Chelsea should be selling him.
But at the same time, what we were saying before is he had that one big injury and he never properly got back to it. He's 27. You look at the quality we're bringing in, even Cons. When I say Cons, I obviously mean Carney Chukwuemeka, right? It's just a lot easier. Even him, 18 years old, you see how well he's been playing for us, and like all these people we're bringing in.
Yeah,
I don't think there's a place for Ruben anymore. I really don't. And we've seen when Ruben, before his injury, like, class. I remember there was a moment him and Hazard scored identical goals in a game, and I think one of them put up like who did it better or something, and I think Ruben mocked Hazard saying you learnt that from me or something, obviously joking, or the other way around, I can't remember, but I think one went bottom corner, one went top corner. I think Hazard went bottom corner and Ruben went top. But yeah, I remember that, like, the guy had talent and then he just got injured, and like he's not up there anymore. Like, he could have been a top player potentially.
I'm actually surprised when you just said. I'm quite surprised when you just said he's 27. I didn't realize he's that old.
He's about 27
old.
now, I think.
He's old.
I thought he was still 23, 24.
No, not at all. Because he's been at the football club for quite a long time, and lots of people still see him as an academy boy. So that's why they don't think he's getting older. 27 years old.
Yeah, then I think it makes sense to
he's 27.
probably sell him.
He's 20.
If there are
just turned
suitors.
27 2 days ago. There you go.
Yeah. So he's got 3 more years. He hit 30, and he hasn't achieved nothing. I wouldn't
say nothing, but he didn't get to the heights that he could have because of the injuries.
I mean, he's won trophy. He's been with the Champions League team to win trophies, but then he hasn't been the main guy that everyone expected him to be. He hasn't hit the height, you said.
Don't forget, right? So he had that long injury which he picked up in that friendly.
America
was pointless because you're playing it before the Europa League on not even actual grass, because they use it for American football.
You have to blame Abramovich. Blame Abramovich. Trying to satisfy other people.
The idea behind it was good. The timing of it was bad. That's the way I look at it.
See, people say this all the time, Steven. I don't blame people when injury comes in. He also
had a lot of back issues as well, don't he? He had lots of back issues. He had to go to Spain or somewhere to get that sorted as well, didn't he?
Yeah, it wasn't just that injury. Ruben was playing with injection pretty much almost all the time. That back pain that he has all the time is there.
He was having like growth spurts all the time and stuff. So it's like he's constantly like his back and that it weren't.
Yeah. So thank you very much, guys. According to Evening Standard, Arsenal came to sign Moises Caicedo. I don't know how true that is, as Chelsea failed to convince Brighton to sell him this month. Arsenal also interested in Declan Rice and definitely identified him as the top target. So Arsenal, I don't know if they have that money. Kim So said,
Kim quickly.
Hold on, Steven. 1 minute, just 1 minute, less than 1 minute. Kim So said Loftus-Cheek can go to Chelsea, Leicester City, and then also swap Maddison for Ruben Loftus-Cheek. That's not going to happen. What's a mistake? What does he bring? No goals, no defending, nothing. I think he's talking about cover, or maybe he's talking about Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
No idea.
Kim, so let us know who exactly you are on about. Go and get Cardio, what's his name?
Oh, I think
Cardio
that's
Coney?
the DM that people keep talking about, right? I think he's at
Cardio Coney or whatever. Con or Coney. Probably the name sound like Ivorian or something. Kune, yeah. The name sound like Kone or Kane. I was talking about Ruben Loftus-Cheek. He's talking about Ruben. So yeah, Kim So is listening. And he's talking about Ruben. He says what mistake? Question. It's not a mistake. The reason why Ryan said that is because he didn't know his age.
Yeah,
he didn't know his age.
If you notice when I said he's 27,
if you know his age, he wouldn't. He even knew his age. He still thought it was around 23. That is why he said it was a mistake if Chelsea sell him. But he's 27 years old. 3 more years, and then he'll be getting close for retirement. So
yeah, and he was a little bit unlucky as well. Like the season Chelsea won the Champions League, he was shipped out on loan to Fulham. So
he wasn't on the list.
Bad luck.
Bad luck.
Yeah, he didn't. He hasn't got a Champions League winners medal. He won the Europa League with Chelsea and the Premier League, and the Super Cup, I think, but not the Holy Grail.
Do you know another player that has been very, very unlucky in his footballing career? Michael Ballack. Michael Ballack moved from Bayer Leverkusen. The year he moved, that was when Bayer Leverkusen, I think they won the Champions League, isn't it? It's not Bayer Leverkusen. When Germany won the World Cup, that was when he retired. He retired before Germany won the World Cup. Then he left Chelsea. As soon as he left Chelsea, Chelsea won the Champions League.
I remember with Ballack when he was at Chelsea. One pundit saying that he has a bad record. He lost a couple of Champions League finals. I can't remember how many. But
I think he lost one. Either finals. He lost some finals. Finals that I think one of the World Cup and also Champions League. When he left the club won it, and then it was Bayer Leverkusen. I'm sure he was with Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen lost to Real Madrid, if you can remember, something like that. So I stand a point of correction if I'm wrong. Kim So, you can correct me. Ballack was cursed. Kim So said that. He said that if I was Ballack, I would be pissed. Ruben Loftus-Cheek can rejuvenate his career at Leicester City. Go ahead, Stephen.
Yeah, what I was saying about Ruben's injuries, So 17-18, he had 3 injuries. A groin strain, missed 3 games. Thigh muscle strain, missed 2 games. Then an injury to ankle, no specific stated injury. He missed, I think it was 3 months. He missed 14 games, The next season at Chelsea, so those 3 were at Palace. The next season at Chelsea, 18-19, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 injuries, Foot injury, missed 1 game. Knock, missed 3 games. Back injury, missed 1 game. Immediately after, it says back injury, 4 games. Back injury again, the 12-day period, but we didn't play a game, I don't think, so he didn't miss any there. And then he done his Achilles in that friendly and missed 38 games at the back end of that season into the next season. After that, he had no season. He had no injury for a season. Then he had a knock in 2021, 2 games missed. And then next year he had an unknown injury, missed 5 games, had COVID, missed 3, and then this season he's had an injury. So, yeah, he's only had 1 season since 17-18 where he had no injuries. Well, I say no injuries. The Achilles tendon one overlapped into the next season, but he didn't actually sustain an injury in that season.
Thank you very much for that information. So lots of injuries, Stephen, isn't it? Lots of injuries.
And it's not just hampered his club career. It's kind of damaged his chances internationally. Yeah, it's a sad story because he's good enough to be in the England squad if he's fit.
Because I remember when he was on top form, he was almost close getting to the World Cup, just like Reece James. Reece James also have to be very careful because the Euros are here very soon.
Didn't he get called up for a squad and then he got injured or something?
Yeah, he did. Just like Reece James, when he was getting close to the World Cup, then he got injured. So he has to be a little bit more careful.
The difference is with Reece James, you knew Reece James was a lock to go if he was fit.
Yes, as has been said over here, Arsenal keen on what about Moises Caicedo thing? Yeah, before I go in there, my brother here, Kim So said, let's make it to 40. I think 40 likes will be good.
Yeah, we're on 38 at the moment.
Yeah, we are on 38. It says make it to 40 likes, people. We can do it. We got 20 of us watching the stream this moment. Big up to my big brother here. It says I think Chidi Okechukwu. I'm sure I said your name right. I've seen his picture on Chelsea Perspective before. We should get Kudus. Do you mean Kudus, the Ghanaian international that plays for Ajax? If you're talking about him, I think Man United are heavily linked with our players. Very, very good player. Kudus.
Do you remember a couple months ago? October, November, right before the World Cup, I think it was. I said it in the group chat, so I'm not sure if Ryan remembers as well. I said something about I would really want us to at least look at him, have some sort of interest, scout him. And then reports came out Chelsea to scout him at the World Cup. I'd literally say, from what I'd seen from the Champions League and all that, I would actually like to see us at least scout him and hold some sort of interest, even if we don't make a move, at least run the data, do the scouting and everything on that, because I think it's someone that might be able to help us.
Yeah, this is what I would say.
A couple weeks later, it came out we would go scouting.
With my background and where I'm coming from, I know where Kudus is also coming from. It's coming from a culture or a specific group of people that eat football, sleep football. And I'll give you an example of those people that are also coming from the same group, the same football club, the same football team. I'll tell you, if you guys remember Sule Alu-Muntari, he plays for Portsmouth. He won the FA Cup. Yeah, Sule Alu-Muntari. He won the FA Cup with the ex Belgium coach, which is the one that just fired. What's his name? Martinez. He won the FA Cup, either the FA Cup or League Cup with Martinez. Sule Alu-Muntari, left-footed, very, very good player. He played for Inter Milan. He also played for AC Milan too. He scored lots of goals in the World Cup against the Czech. That's Sule Alu-Muntari, the same person, the same club. It's where Michael Essien is also coming from. Michael Essien also was being produced from the same football team, which is Liberty Professional. The same place Kudus is also coming from. Kudus Mohammed. If you know him, he is cheaper. The price, I think you can get him for almost about 50, 55 million, 45 million. You can get Kudus for that price. He wealth it, just like Michael Essien came to, I think, 25 million at that time and when he came to Chelsea. That price for him in wealth, you can even spend more than that. You can spend more than that on Michael Essien. He's a top player. Kudus is also a top player. The same people also produce Arsenal, Ghanaian international that plays in Arsenal. What's his name? I forgot his name already. My own guy. I forgot his name. Yeah, Pate. The same.
I will not speak my opinions on that player.
Pate. Yeah, there's something. I mean, there's no evidence that is covering that issue. If I'm sure that's what Stephen was talking about.
There is some evidence.
There is. Well, yeah, the same thing. The same team that brought Michael Essien. There's lots of players. There's lots of players. The players that won New Zealand 1997. That team has 5 players coming from that football club. They won the New Zealand 97 and 17 championship in the world. It was a gun that took that. I think they beat Brazil, Argentina to win that World Cup. So yeah, that team have produced lots of players. So I know Kudus Mohammed, his I think Islamic country community. That community have produced lots of players like Shuli Alumuntali, another Islamic player, very very strong mentality, is very strong. So I think if Chelsea look into Mohamed Kudus, it will be a very very good player in the future. He's very strong, and that's what the Premier League need. So they should scout him. It's a good player. Thank you very much, my brother who just brought his name up. I think his name again, Okechukwu. He's a Nigerian, but he's even recommending Chelsea to go in for Kudus. Thank you very much, my brother.
Yeah, I remember mentioning his name in the group chat we have.
Yeah. Stav, do you know much about Kudus, Stavi?
Yeah. I don't want him.
Why?
Just don't want him.
Why? You can't just say you don't want him. You have to explain to the viewers. Just listen to you. They want to know why you don't want him. Criticize with
despite his power and his pace, whatever you want, his size and everything, right? He's just not going to score in the Premiership. I watch him every week. Don't forget.
You watch him every week. Did you watch him play Liverpool against Liverpool?
Yeah. And how did they get on?
And do you think that what he did, Kovacic can do it? Kova can do it?
You were talking about kudos to... Like, look, you're talking about getting these... Are you talking about him instead of the midfielders we're being linked with?
Oh, I mean, the price. Just talking about the price. Chelsea, thank you very much. Blue Blood said Chelsea women scored first. What's the score line? I'm trying to get it on my screen and no one is giving it to me.
We have scored, have we? Oh, we have scored, yes, 1-0.
Yeah, Chelsea women have scored 1. Thank you very much, Blue Blood. Blue Blood said Chelsea women have scored first. Thank you very much, Blue Blood. He says, make it to 40 likes. Guys, let's make it to 40 likes. I'm sure we should be there. Looks like Forest have scored, but then there's VAR intervention.
It's offside. They're giving it
Forest
offside.
have scored 1, but I think it's onside.
No, it's offside. They've just given it offside.
It's onside. Yeah, the blue line is going along with I think Varane. I'm not sure who that defender is on his shoulder. So Forest 1, Manchester United 1. Go, Michael Oliver.
I've just seen the Chelsea social media post about who scored for Chelsea.
Oh, it's been disallowed, Stephen. It's disallowed.
What?
It's not a goal.
Forest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it's been disallowed.
I thought it was a goal.
No, it's been disallowed.
Steven,
I said he was just offside.
This is crazy. The leg and the shoulder, millimeters. Football is not.
Yeah, I've just seen the Chelsea women's.
This is the question I'm going to ask Stavi and Steven and Ryan, Stavi and Steven. Do you think if VAR was present at the time that Alan Shearer was scoring all his goals, do you think that he would have scored those number of goals that he scored?
Well, I'd say
no point asking me because of my age, so I won't.
Steven, I did not watch Pele. I did not watch Pele play, but I've watched his clips. So you should be able to give answers. Although I know you've seen lots of Alan Shearer's highlights. So you should be able to have something to say.
Not so much.
Go ahead, Stavi.
Well, players like him, even Thierry Henry, used to go offside and come back on. There must have been plenty of times he was actually offside. Because he always went offside and then stepped back in. Right? So there's plenty of times there was people offside. But ultimately, they didn't have it. So it's not going to change anything. I think it's a good idea now, but I just think it's the morons, right, who run it.
People run it incompetent.
Yeah. Or incompetent or something else.
Or stupid.
Which I can't say on this platform.
Okay. So do you don't think that most of those goals will be allowed, Stavi?
Look, they changed the offside rule, didn't they? Right, to stop teams passing backwards. Right, and they got so carried away with it, and basically they spoiled the game. Right, if someone's feet are level with the last defender, it should count. Doesn't matter where his shoulder is or where his arm is.
That's the thing that annoys me, where the arm is. Oh yeah, because I can score with my arm all of a sudden. Okay. I guess that's what they're saying though, right? Because where they measure it from, I guess I can just hit it with my hand, right? Given that sometimes where they measured it from, I can't remember which goal it was. I remember they literally measured a goal for Chelsea from our player's wrist. Like, that's how incompetent they are. Yeah, I can score with your hand now.
Okay, this is let's get to the next topic whilst we're here. We still got a few more to cover before we get to questions and answers.
Because I've got to sort of get rest. I've got stuff tomorrow.
Okay, let's
I'll let you know tomorrow.
Okay, Stephen, let's push
I'll
it
let
on
you
time
know in the group, brother.
Okay. Moises Caicedo, as per Evening Standard, Arsenal came to sign Moises Caicedo. I've read that one. Arsenal also interested in Declan Rice. Arsenal interested in Caicedo, interested in Declan Rice. Is there any substance in this, guys? I don't think there's any substance in this. Arsenal have the money to go in for Declan Rice? Declan Rice is a player that has been, tagged for Chelsea too. He's a future for Chelsea Football Club. So Declan Rice is going nowhere. Moises Caicedo, I don't think Arsenal can afford this price. Right?
Yeah. Arsenal didn't want to pay for Mudryk, who was, I think, if you include the add-ons, it's about 88 to 90 million pound. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Caicedo is apparently 75 million, so there's not a big difference, right? And the whole thing was, we're not going to do this, that, and the other, and all this rubbish, yeah. So you wouldn't sign Mudryk, but you would sign Caicedo for about the same. Which, when you include add-ons, right? It'll probably be about 10 million difference. Because I'm presuming they mean 75 million total package, whereas Caicedo, whereas Mudryk total package is about 85, 88, something along those lines. So it's about 10 million difference. So it wouldn't make sense. On top of that, Declan Rice, we know the likelihood is that, from what I've read, Champions League isn't the be-all and end-all, because, look, obviously he came up through Cobham. He'll know a lot of the lads that are in the team. Obviously, you've then got Sterling, who he'll be with through England as well, and one or two others as well. And then, obviously, Mount's his best friend. So if Mount gets tied down as well, there's a lot of things going in our favour. Plus, I think his dad is also acting like his agent as well. And I think his dad's also got Chelsea season ticket. So his dad's going to want to have an influence on him going Chelsea as well, most likely. So I'd say there's a lot of factors that would put it more towards Chelsea than what the papers are reporting of it being Arsenal. Because if we pitch to him our project, even if we don't get Champions League, I think he buys him. I genuinely think he buys him. Plus, he could be a leader in that dressing room as well. Like, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay. We've seen that. We're gonna move on to the next topic. I'm trying to move faster. We're on the 23. As per Sky Sports, both Anthony Gordon and Amadou Onana were absent from Everton training as they've been linked with a move away from the club. Chelsea and Newcastle are the most likely destination for both players. Which of these players is Chelsea going to take? Stephen, which of these players are you taking? Amadou Onana and then Anthony Gordon. None for you?
None. It looks like Gordon's going Newcastle anyway, so I'm grateful for that.
All right, Stavi.
Yeah, I don't want either of them. I don't want anyone from Everton. As much as I'd like to criticise Lampard and his coaching ability, there's a reason why they're near the bottom. The players have no fight in them. There's no commitment. And I don't want to bring that into our club.
Mm-hmm. I had a question for you guys. Where is Chelsea's player Andrew Sheller? Anyone knows where he is at?
Retired.
He retired. Didn't he have some sort of issue or something with his health and he had to retire now?
Yeah, he just had.
Can you imagine? Sheller retired at age 29.
He had psychological issues, didn't he? He just didn't.
He had what?
Couldn't.
Psychological issues.
He didn't want to cope. He just couldn't cope with football anymore. He just wanted a quiet life
and stuff, innit?
Yeah, he wanted a quiet life. He'd made money. I can
respect him for taking that decision as well, because a lot of people would have tried to carry on even if they weren't in love with it anymore as well.
What do you guys make of him not coming over to get his medal at that year that Chelsea won the Premier League under Jose Mourinho?
Well, nothing.
He said he didn't want it.
He wasn't in our team, was he, at that point?
Yeah, because he didn't think. Yeah, but he didn't think he earned it, did he? No, he left in the January.
Yeah, but he was part of the team.
Yeah, up to December.
His name was there.
Yeah, but he can't just leave his current team to fly over to get the medal and be part of the presentation.
He had the medal. But he said he didn't want it.
They would have to send it to him. He can't come over and be part of the celebrations.
No, he said he didn't want it. Because he had the issue with Jose Mourinho. If you remember, that's why Jose Mourinho sent him off, because he said he doesn't want him. He wasn't playing him, and then they loaned him to a different club. I think back to Germany, if I could remember. And he had an issue with Jose Mourinho. That's why he said he didn't want it.
And where do you get that from? Why is it every time a player leaves, right, they have an issue with Mourinho, right? What was the issue? Because unlike Juan Mata and Kevin De Bruyne, Sheller was happy to fight for his team spot. He never complained once. It's just the media stirring it again. It's media and fans.
Chelsea easy target.
Yeah, Mourinho's fault. Everyone wants to blame Mourinho for everything, right? Mata and De Bruyne and Lukaku were more interested in the World Cup than they were playing for Chelsea. Lukaku was honest about it and asked Mourinho, could he go on loan right before the season started properly? And they sent him on loan, which was his request, right? And that was after Andre Villas-Boas wouldn't pick him, right? So I sent him on loan, and then Mata engineered his move to Manchester United, but that's another long-winded story, so I'm not going to elaborate on that now, right? And Kevin De Bruyne mourned like a child because Mourinho told him, "You want to play, you have to earn your place."
You have to earn it.
And he sulked and whinged. No one denied Kevin De Bruyne's talent, right? But if his attitude stank, why would he pick him? Like Mourinho was all about the club.
Jose don't take any rubbish.
Yeah, he wanted everybody to be like a family, where they all stuck together, where they all believed that the world was against them, and all this stuff, right?
That's why isn't that the mentality he put the first time round? Yeah,
right. And Oscar was quite happy to fight for his place. William was happy to fight for his place. Hazard was willing to fight for his place. And so was Sheller. Sheller never complained once. Even when he substituted. Him and Mata got substituted at Southampton in one game, right? And they went back to the bench. And Mata was sulking. And he threw his the tracksuit top that they gave him to put on. And he was sulking. Yeah, and then Sheller was sat next to him. And there was nothing from Sheller. You know, you have to fight for your place. And it turned out we won that game 3-0 when it was 0-0 until he substituted them. So people just media want to stir things up. It's always Mourinho. It's an easy storyline, isn't it? Oh, he didn't get
it's always Chelsea, even when Jose ain't there.
Yeah, right. So It's just that, like, there's too much of this garbage around about Mourinho, right? If you were willing to fight for your team place and you did what you had to do in training, right?
Yeah.
And you got your chance and then you proved yourself on the pitch, you stayed in, right? But they sulked, but surely didn't do any sulking at all, right? There's no way. Listen, if it was down to Mourinho, he's not going to go back to Germany, right? And then after 6 months, just retire. Everyone going to blame Mourinho for that. He just got sick of football, and he didn't want the aggravations of training every day, right? Having to perform every game, right?
Yeah.
And all that stuff. And he just retired. He had enough money. He thought, I've had enough of this, and stopped.
World
And
Cup winner
everyone's
as
trying
well.
to blame Mourinho.
World Cup winner, yeah.
Yeah.
So at this moment,
scored the winning goal, didn't he?
yeah, he did. That's a goal that I will never forget. Him, there's like 1-2 passes between the combination between 3 players and scored one of the beautiful goals the Premier League I've ever seen. I can never forget it. But at this moment, this is what Andy Scheller is doing. Andy Scheller is doing for his life. KSA man said, big up everyone. Enzo is over till summer. That's what he said. We'll talk a little bit about Enzo. Looks like we've done with everything that we're going to talk about today. But I'm confused why we didn't make another bid for Gutso.
We have. Well,
Chelsea
we either
have.
or we're going
Chelsea
to.
have.
It depends. It could be that we haven't. It's just not being reported yet.
We from what we have, and now we talked to a lot of people behind the scene. Chelsea have made a second bid. First bid has been rejected. Chelsea have made another bid. They're fighting very hard for a right back and a midfielder. So that is where we are at this moment. So, like I was saying, if you want to find what Andrew Scheller is doing for his life at this moment, this is where the Scheller now practices the Wim Hof method, which sees him put his body through extremely low temperatures. As part of that, he recently climbed, I think, Snajska Mountains, the highest point of the Czech Republic at 1,603 meters above sea level, and he did it topless. So that is what I'm sharing with you by my research.
Crazy.
Yeah. So that is what the Scheller is doing for his topless. Topless. So that's what he's doing for his life at this moment. I think it's nice to share stuff. So with everyone, we don't just come over here and bring content. We make sure we go down deep into it and get a point out. Good research, good content for this platform. So if you're new, remember, we don't just talk over our head. We get we get information from the right sources to make sure we share with you guys here. So thank you very much, and everyone. Steven, Ryan, any more stuff you want to add to the stream?
No, not really.
Not really. Stabby, if not.
Nah, if you haven't got any more questions, then
I got more. For you guys. They just some questions. They just some more questions. This is my first question. Where will Malo Gusta play? Man United or Chelsea? Where do we see this guy landing? One of these questions.
Chelsea. He's already agreed personal terms.
Yeah, a lot of people, lots of players agree personal terms, but we don't see the move going on.
Yeah, but that's not down to them. That's down to can the clubs get a deal done?
Yeah, the issue is that they want him back on loan. That's what the issue is.
But I think we're more open to that now anyway.
Well, like I said last night, what's the big deal? You want the player, yeah, right? Agree to it, and recall one of your own lads to come in and cover Greece James, John Sterling. Right, simple as
that. Chelsea are considering it. I think it's just a case of where we do actually give a green light for him and go back on loan. But I think we're probably going to consider it. If it's an absolute deal breaker, then we'll just do it.
And then if Brighton sign that centre half,
yeah,
Brighton sign that centre half, just recall Colville, Simple as that.
I don't know if we've got a recall on him, have we?
Well, he's injured anyway.
He's injured.
Yeah, but he's got. It's only a muscle strain, isn't it?
He's out for a few weeks. I think, what was it I said on the stream? I think there was a report that said could be 4 to 6 weeks.
But you can still recall him. Not going to play for them, is he?
Or at least just say we'll take him back and use our medical. Actually, no, don't use our medical. They've not been great. Bad idea. Forget what I just said.
Big up to Musa. Musa254 TV. He said, have Chelsea given up on the deal for Enzo Fernandez? It looks like it's going to be very, very difficult. So everyone is ruling that deal being happening this January transfer. But big up to you, Musa. Musa said, what about the deal of Caicedo? Caicedo, Chelsea are still working on it because definitely we need
Chelsea is still working on both.
Chelsea are still working on both. Chelsea are working on Enzo. Chelsea are still working on Caicedo. We wouldn't know where we stand until, let's say, a couple of days more. I'll say maybe 2 days more to the end of the transfer window. That's where we're going to see.
I think we'll probably hear something on Gutso tomorrow, most likely, because it sounds like the second bid either has or is about to go in. So I think next 24 or so hours we'll hear about Gutso.
Yes.
Caicedo, let's see what happens with Haidara to Brighton. That might soften their stance on things if they sign him.
Mm-hmm.
And Enzo, it's got to be difficult. Maybe we look at doing a deal for Enzo in the summer and get it therefore on a cheaper deal because they don't want to sell him now, and that's the whole release clause aspect. But if we get a deal done early for the summer, we could get him cheaper than their release. Well, I think it's actually a buyout clause he has, but yeah, cheaper than the clause that he has most likely if we do a sort of pre-agreement and everything. Similar to what we did with Nkunku, except Nkunku we paid over the release clause to beat the competition.
I can't just wait to see what next season's starting lineup looks like. Which, if only Chelsea can secure, can also trigger the clause from Joao Felix to get him in the football club, make him stay. If Chelsea can sign him out, right, that will be.
We'll end up keeping.
That will be marvelous.
I actually think we will keep him.
Yes. So yeah, guys, so we've made it to over 40. I want to say thank you everyone that made it possible. But if you're just joining us, do not forget to like the video. It helps a lot. It brings more people to the platform. So yeah, like I said, another question that I'm gonna ask is: Anthony Gordon a good sign? Is Anthony Gordon a good signing for Chelsea? Will he be?
He's not coming, so I'm glad.
And if he comes, will he be a good signing for Chelsea?
No.
Ryan did not say anything. Mr. Ryan, you didn't say anything that regards to Malo play. Where would he play? Do we see him at Chelsea or do we see him at Manchester United? It's also been linked United. But where do we see him?
This is the Leon right back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He could be, like Stephen said, you've agreed personal terms with him, right? So he certainly fits the kind of youth project that Bowley's building there. He's only 19. And I think I mentioned this yesterday, you're short kind of on the right side of the defense. So I can see it happening. Yeah. He's just the fact that he's kind of coveted by multiple big clubs tells you, he's been scouted and he must have quality.
Just quickly, I think we briefly spoke about this Vision 2030 thing in the past. I think I saw something from a reliable journalist on Twitter, like when we were going in for Gutso. They said the two right backs Chelsea had for this Vision 2030 thing that we're doing in regards to young players were Reece James and Malo Gutso. That's ridiculous. They're the two players we've got for it, and we're actually looking like we're likely to sign Malo Gutso.
Okay, this is coming from Musa 254 TV. He said, "It's true. Chelsea are pushing for deals. Yes, there's 2 more deals that need to be signed."
No, he said for the deal, but his previous message was about the speculation regarding Chelsea and Nunes from Wolves. So I'm presuming he means, is it true we're pushing for that? It probably
is true. It
depends.
is. Chelsea are pushing for Nunes. As I think earlier on, someone even tweeted that Chelsea Nunes was, willing to move to Chelsea last summer transfer window, but Chelsea did not complete that signing. But it looks like they're interested in him again, a Wolves player. And this is another tweet
just
that was
quickly.
very okay.
You know your guy Weghorst.
Yeah, Weghorst. Yeah. Yeah, of course, Manchester United. I know Manchester United are sledding him.
His first goal. Yeah, he just scored his first United.
He just scored.
Yeah, 2-0. Wow. He just scored his first United goal.
That's I'm waiting for the goal.
That was easy.
It's 2-0. So just like I was saying, in regards to that, there's a tweet here that I'm trying to read out here. This is coming from Andy Davis. Andy Davis, I think that 11 hours ago, says calls for an independent inquiry into something. The government following allegation of sexism and racism, ramped by a superb at BBC Wales investigation program from a whole lot of principality. Is I think it has to do with BBC, maybe rugby. I was thinking maybe the Premier League tweet has to do with the Premier League, but nothing there. So Ryan, Mr. Ryan, where do you see Anthony Gordon? Will he be a good signing for Chelsea?
Nope.
How about
as blunt as I put it?
How about Liverpool? How about Liverpool? No.
Don't think so.
Don't think so.
He's a good player. I'm not going to bash him.
Very young.
And he's only 20. He's 21 years old. Yeah, he's got a bright future ahead of him. And Everton would do well to probably sell him now because they need money to, buy players. But no, he's not right fit for Liverpool.
Yeah. The guy Weghorst, 27 years old, very tall, taller than what's his name? Rashford. He's way taller than Rashford. What a player. Yeah, Ryan said no, none for both teams. What lies behind Bakayoko's downfall? What lies behind Bakayoko's downfall? What's the problem? Why did Bakayoko not succeed? The other day I said, has that got to do with his early move? Was the move from Monaco to Chelsea? Was it too big for his career? Ryan,
which one's that?
Bakayoko.
Yeah.
What was his downfall?
I mean, he just didn't cut the mustard. As simple as that. He wasn't good enough, and hence, I don't know how many. Did he play a full season ever at Chelsea?
I think he did play a full season, and then they loaned him out.
He just went straight out on loan. Yeah, so he's not good enough. And then I don't know the length of his contract at Chelsea. How many different managers came in and out of the club, but no one seemed to fancy him. So that says it all.
Yeah, he's been to numerous football
clubs.
Under
Kante, innit?
Yeah, under Kante, he didn't play. He was brought on. See, can you imagine that he was a sub? He came on and they subbed him off.
Do you remember the Watford game? He was on the pitch about 30 minutes. He got sent off.
He got sent off. He's so rusty. He doesn't even know how to tackle. He's played in AC Milan. He's played at Napoli, from Monaco. He's been all over the place. Now he's been. They're trying to get a deal for him at I think one club in.
I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a Turkish club, though.
Yeah, it's a Turkish club. They're trying to get him a deal there. I think I'll find the name, and then.
But they weren't happy that he wanted. It was €3 million net salary, so after tax. So
okay, the name of the Turkish club. The name of the Turkish club is called Adana Demirspor. Adana Demirspor. Yeah, that's where he was trying to move to. But Bakayoko has to agree that he wants to join that football club before he can move on. If he doesn't agree, then it means that Chelsea have to have him for preseason again. Which,
but I think it was them, wasn't it? It was them that were unhappy with the wages, right? About 3 million net. So I don't know what the tax is in Turkey, but net is basically after tax and all that. So it can't be more gross salary than probably 5-6 million euro, which would be 115,000 a week, I think.
16,000 a week.
No. I think if my maths is right, the gross salary probably isn't what he's asking for that they weren't happy with. Is probably no more than 115,000 a week.
I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure with the wages that he's asking for, but he has to agree to something so he can, because he's not going to play at Chelsea. He's just going to be on the bench and get money, but then he have to think about his football career.
I'm going to check when his actual contract.
Chelsea don't care. Chelsea don't care paying you.
Left.
Chelsea don't care paying you, but he has to be careful. He have to be worried about what he makes in a way. His footballing career. Musa said, I think Ampadu is more better than Caicedo. I prefer Potter to bring him back from loan. I doubt Potter will. I doubt.
What's
the reason why he said I think Ampadu is better than Caicedo. You know, the reason why I said I doubt Potter will, because look, Potter have worked with Caicedo before. If I'm right, he worked with Caicedo. You know how Caicedo play. He brought him to the football club, and he's worked with him. So the chances of him going back to bring Ampadu back is very slim. It's very, very slim. I think Ismail. I think Gullit is Ismail. Gullit said big up to everyone. Bakayoko could not handle the intensity of the league. Even in AC Milan, he cannot be he cannot be relied upon. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Whilst you're on Bakayoko, just quickly. So his contract with Chelsea expires in summer 2024. So he'll have 12 months left come this summer. And also, if you want to laugh, Transfer Market website, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
They have his current market value as 4 million euros.
4 million for Bakayoko?
They have his current market value as 4 million euros, as in transfer value. Yeah.
Damn. I mean, we can get that money and invest into the women's football. It can buy about 2 players.
We don't need to. We got enough money to invest in them anyway.
Man, we need him off the wage bill. We need him off the wage bill. My brother here said, why don't we try Andre Santos in midfield? He is doing very well as a 6 now. Also, tipped to be the next Casemiro. He is playing with his age group. He's very young. So if you take
he's playing above his age group. He's playing about 2-3 years above his age group.
Yeah, he's playing under 21, but he's very, very young. So if you put him in a team like this, very difficult. The Premier League is very, very difficult. It's a very, very difficult league.
Just quickly, he's not just playing with the age group under 20s or under 21s, whichever one it is. He's captained them the other night.
He's good talent.
Not just playing, he captained them.
But the question is, do you think Chelsea will put him now in the middle? As young as he is, Chelsea will allow him getting much game time. And also another question, just like you said, is his papers ready to work?
If his papers aren't ready, then obviously it's 100% a no. If they are, you never know. They might want him to adapt because he's not from the country, so they might want him to sit with the youth team for a bit. Mm-hmm. Similar to what it sounds like they're doing with Caicedo as well. Seems like that's what they're doing. Whereas obviously you've got Kante, for example, came from another English club, is English, didn't need to readapt, so to speak. So it's an easier transition. Whereas Andre Santos, you've come from Brazil to England, it's got to be difficult. You're not necessarily you've got probably a lot of family in Brazil, because I doubt many of them will be able to come over, because I don't know his background. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's possible not many of them can come over. So that won't help his transition either.
Stavi, are you there?
Yes. I've just muted my mic and I'm on my phone. So I put it down and then I have to pick it up and unmute it. So I take it away.
This is miracle because you've been quiet for like 5 minutes.
Been longer than 5 minutes.
Yo, you all right? You all right?
You cheeky son, so. Well, I'm talking to you, aren't I? Behave yourself, man. What's the matter with you?
Stop.
He's meditating.
Stop. Let me hear you talk a little bit. Stop. Say something.
I've got the ump because I've got IPTV. I've got the hump. I've got IPTV. And the one night that I want to watch the women play, right? The FA player is not working properly. I can't find the game, so I've given up looking now.
I know who scored the goal. I don't know how good the goal was.
I can't get it on my screen. All I'm watching is the Man United and then the Fulham game, and I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch that. I want to watch the women play. I prioritize the women game over this fixture, and I can't get it on this TV anyway.
What did you look for? Where have you looked for it?
Usually it is Paramount Plus that telecasts the women's game, and they have certain games that they bring on the platform.
The games on the Premier League player, FA player. Right, it's not on TV. It's on the FA player.
Is it free?
Yeah, you can register.
Oh.
Yeah, you can register for free.
But I've used it before.
Chelsea. The Chelsea team, the app used to bring these games live on TV. Just the academy, the under 22 team.
Some of them they can, not all of them.
You can't because it's on the FA player. The League Cup. The FA have the right to show it on the player. You can listen. Go on the internet. Not now, obviously. Find the FA player.
Too much virus.
Find the FA player. Right. And you register for free.
Okay.
Yeah, but my wife's watching on the tablet. Otherwise, I would have gone on the tablet. But I'm using my phone. But the IPTV.
15 minutes into the second half.
Yeah. IPTV is not working very well. So who scored?
It was Aaron Cuthbert. I saw the tweet. They put
powerful player,
or something like that.
She's never Cuthbert, never scared of anything. Very powerful.
She's a good little player there. Underrated.
She's so close to the London. She's so close to the London is Blue podcast people. So she gives them a lot of information.
So you want to just download it on your tablet, on your computer, or whatever.
You have to download it.
It's a website.
It's a website.
It's a website, isn't it? It's a FA
What's
player.
the website again?
Player. Just
FA player.
FA player.
Yeah.
I Google
it.
FA player app.
Yeah, you register for free.
There's a website. Yeah. It should be on the Ruko TV. I'll probably get it from there.
Yeah, it should be. It's free. It's free to register. If it's on the FA player, it's probably not available outside of Britain. But if you live outside of Britain, right, you can get the FA player as well.
Oh, says Bristol City versus Manchester City is on at this moment.
Yeah, so it's Tottenham and Chelsea. It's like the third one along.
But I can't find it.
One.
I can't get it to work.
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it here.
It seems like it's moving slow.
You can listen or you can watch. You can listen and you can watch, but you have to sign in.
I can't use my tablet because my wife's watching a film on it. She's in bed sick. So I tried the TV. I tried the TV with the IPTV, but for some reason it's not working. That stream is not working. So I'll just have to make do without and maybe watch it on YouTube later on.
Highlights or something up on Chelsea YouTube.
Okay, guys, let's pay a little bit close attention to the stream here. We still got 16 of us watching.
I've got
I'll talk to you later.
Go ahead.
Right.
Okay, Stephen. Go ahead.
Stephen,
thank you very much, Stephen. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
I've got an interesting piece of news we can discuss quickly. I was hoping Stephen was on actually because he will probably know. Oh, you're still here? Okay, so I'm pretty sure you'll know about this. Slav probably will as well. Okay. So it's something I was reading on a London news website yesterday afternoon.
Mhm.
So basically, Chelsea have applied to Hammersmith and Fulham Council for a license, to be granted a license, to be able to host music gigs inside Stamford Bridge until like 1 a.m. on non-match
I
days.
didn't know that.
And also they've applied for a license to be able to host gigs outside of the stadium, nearby the stadium, and also films as well. And
That's actually smart because you get extra income then.
you get extra income, exactly. Unfortunately, so
Residents because
yeah,
of location.
exactly. Yep, residents are not happy at all. They've quite vocally opposing it, and they're so much opposing it. They've kind of joined like a crowdfunding movement to try to raise money to hire lawyers to fight this. So it's kind of a developing.
It's fine. Give them
story.
everything for free. They'll soon sort their stuff out. I'm joking.
Yeah, so you can imagine on match day, Stephen, you know this, and Stav, you'll know this as well from your days when you went to Stamford Bridge, just how busy it gets there on Fulham Road. So you can imagine residents, businesses, they're not going to be happy with, if it gets more and more busy, the area. But the one thing I
won't complain much if they're able to stay open, to be fair.
Because they can still make money.
That's true.
It's the residents that's got to be the issue because of noise and all that.
Yeah, there's a noise, and there's one also important point that this article mentions is that residents are worried that the increased traffic in the area will make it more difficult for ambulances to reach Chelsea and Westminster Hospital. So that's an important factor to consider.
What is wrong with these people? Always residents are complaining of any developmental project that is coming to the area. What is wrong with these people? I don't get it because, yes, sir.
It's a highly, how can I put it? It's highly populated, right? Built up area.
Rich.
The roads are no good, right? Not that they're no good, but they couldn't handle the traffic anyway, right? And I'm afraid that on this occasion, I can't back Bowley because he should have known that because he's been to Stamford Bridge loads of times before they bought the stadium.
It's a smart idea, but it's not going to work with the residents.
No, but there's nothing to stop them applying for a license and having concerts.
Oh no, there's nothing to stop that.
Yeah, and Hammersmith and Fulham Council, they've said that they're going to make a decision very soon on whether to grant that license or not. But I think what's really
sort of compromise, just so long as it's not to stupid time.
But what's really frustrated the residents, this is again what the article says. I can post it in the chat.
Yes, I was going to say, can you send it in a group later and I'll have a look on the bus tomorrow or something?
Definitely. The residents are very angry with the club because there have been no attempts or no effort to reach out to the local residents at all. Chelsea have just gone directly applied for the license and not considered the externalities and the impact it could have. So local residents, they're not happy.
Todd Bowley don't care.
Roman did differently, wasn't it?
Todd Bowley don't care. Todd Bowley don't care. He's bringing money to the football club. He doesn't care anymore.
That's what Roman did differently. They consulted with the residents in the area. Right, that's what he did differently. No, it's not America, right?
You guys don't know how to make money. Come to America here. Money's everywhere. All over the floor. Everywhere.
It's because of the area in which it's in as well. You're not going to have much chance.
They already stay.
Stop, Stabby, I got a game on my stream. It's 62 minutes.
What on?
Chelsea 0, CFC 1.
What are you watching it on? What are you watching?
The one you just gave me, the FA player thing.
Yeah, but I said I can't use the FA player.
Why?
Because my wife's got the tablet.
Oh, okay.
Pay attention, man.
Yes.
Come on with it.
All right,
Normally, I would have had the tablet.
messages. Let me read some few comments in the screen. Big up to
yeah,
Musa.
I'm going.
Musa said Denis Zakaria is also a world-class player. I think Chelsea should focus on him and forget about Caicedo and Enzo due to high valuation. Yes, yeah, we can do a lot of work with Zakaria. Zakaria have showed us in a couple of games that we play that he's a guy that we can rely on, and I believe it. I'm sure Ryan and Steve staff will agree with me too. Gulad, I think Guled Ismail. I'm sure that's his name. And Dennis is injury prone. I don't think so. It's a little bit of injury here, but we can rely on him a little bit for now because they're hyping the prices the price for the players that we want at this moment. They're hyping the price too much. Caicedo 100 million, Enzo Fernandez 120 million. That's too much.
Yeah, but there's a reason Juventus let him go. There's a reason Juventus let him go. There's a reason why Tuchel never picked him, and there's a reason why it took so long for him to get his debut. Right, and it's probably fitness issues. But if the club believe that he hasn't got his fitness issues, then obviously he's an option, isn't he? He's obviously an option. So we'll have to wait and see. Just a little one before when we were discussing. Go on.
Okay, I agree with my brother here, Gullit, who said we should is injury pro. Yeah, people think he is injury pro, and I agree with you because there's a reason why it took him forever for Potter to even start him. Or more or less, it took him forever, to make an impression for Chelsea. More or less, why would Juve let him go on alone? So yeah,
stop repeating what I said.
We don't want injury players on that football club.
Stop repeating what I said. Listen, the previous thing you were discussing, right? Chelsea already staged concerts, right? In an underground venue.
What? Let me stop it. I'll give you so much time to do it. I'll give you so much time to go. Let me read these comments real quick. It's just 4 of them. 4 comments. Musa said, but I think Nunes is an attacking the midfielder. Is he? Nunes, Matthias. Is he? The president of Brompton Cemetery will be okay with it. The president of the resident the residents in Brompton Cemetery. Sorry, I said the president. The residents in Brompton Cemetery will be okay with it because there's silence there. There are no people living there. I'm sure that's what Kim So is trying. Blue Blood is trying to say. Is that what he's trying to say, Sav? Okay. I'll let you have all the time so you can explain that to me. You and Ryan, since you guys are in the UK.
Let me go on.
Zakaria is injury pro, said Kim So. I agree. Kim So, thank you for being here and hopping around for that long. Thank you very much. Gullet Ismail said I think there is a reason why they might go for Nunes because Liverpool might bid for Mount since Henderson is losing his legs in a way. Mount is not going anywhere. Mount is a true blue. Whatever noise you hear about Mount's parents are here and there, take it like a pinch of salt. Mount is not going to Liverpool. I don't think he is. Ryan will even tell you. Big Ryan.
They're not even the same type of player.
Yeah. So let's go on. Stuff. You and Ryan can take over this news in regards to
you go for the boys.
Yeah, you guys can go for it now.
Go on then. Ryan, can you see what's in the chat? In case we need to check it later.
What's in the chat? I'm here. I'm still here with you guys.
Nazan, you're not leaving, right, Nazan?
No. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere.
I thought you were leaving.
I was saying in regards to the the news.
The license.
License and all that. Since I'm not in the
so
UK,
I don't have much. Let me just say to staff. So this is what the article says. So the Chelsea. So the Chelsea want the stadium to play live music indoors until 1 a.m.
What a beautiful goal! Sorry, Ryan. What a beautiful goal scored by I think Frank Kevy just scored a beautiful goal. Nice assist from Reece James' sister Laurie James. Rhys James, Rhys James' sister, Laurie James. Beautiful crossing into the, I think, the 18-yard box. Nice finish by Frank Kevy. Nice goal. So Chelsea women are up 2 against Tottenham Hotspur with the likes of Bethany England in playing for Tottenham. He moved away from Chelsea FC to Tottenham Hotspur this season. But then what a beautiful goal. So Chelsea women are up 2-0. Frank Kevy just scored that goal.
My favourite player.
Yeah.
In the women's team.
Okay, let me quickly summarize
go ahead.
Start. So
Let's talk
this
about
is what the article says. So that Chelsea's plans is they want the stadium to host live music indoors until 1 a.m. near the stadium's west stand. And then it also goes on to say that Chelsea want to use the outdoor areas around Stamford Bridge to host gigs and films until 11 p.m. This is on non-match days. So when there's not any men's or women's matches.
Is this they want to turn it into a sort of outdoor cinema type thing?
It sounds like it, yeah. And this is deeply alarmed, obviously, neighbours and local residents.
Well, he just has to bribe them, doesn't he? Has to make them
I wish to have a Blue Blood here. Blue Blood can say more of let's see, maybe in the future we can have a Blue Blood on the platform who can take us through all these news. Blue Blood.
Keep prodding and you might come on. Keep prodding and you might come on.
Keep saying
we already stage indoor concerts anyway. Mm-hmm. I think it's called In Off the Bridge or something like that. The venue, which is under the stadium, I think, in the old car park. So they already staged them, but there's a difference between staging them in a smallish venue underneath and then doing things outside. And
that's it, like that's the key point.
I would imagine they could get away with having concerts inside the stadium during the summer. If they're going to redo the stadium, maybe they could find a way of removing the pitch, like Tottenham have, where you can take the pitch off and put it underground, and then you can hold concerts and stuff inside the stadium. And then people are not going to complain, right? Because all the surrounding shops, bars, all that kind of stuff, they're all going to be making money. But it's 1 o'clock is an issue. They won't like it being till 1 o'clock.
Yeah, that's very late. And then all these kind of events, they need some kind of police presence, and so the council taxes will go up. And it's consequential for sure.
Okay.
They obviously haven't researched it properly. They've just had this idea.
Yeah, I forgot that Chelsea. I forgot. Sorry, guys. I'm not going off the topic. I'm just giving a little highlights. I forgot Chelsea has 2 players that left the club to Tottenham Hotspur. I mean, Spence. I think Spence. Yeah, Spence has been with the club for a long time, and then Bethany England also being with the club for a long time. I think Chelsea think they have more better players.
Yeah,
now.
Bethany England's just left now.
Yeah,
and Drew Spence left in the summer.
Right. So there's former Chelsea players, that is Spence and also Bethany England, playing for Tottenham Hotspur. Their pitch looks very awful. What kind of pitch is this? Is it the old Tottenham Hotspur pitch? This looks very awful.
No, it'll be a non-league venue or someone's
venue. It looks very, very awful. So they rent a place out to play the game.
Probably because we own our stadium. We bought it off Kingstonian Football Club. Oh.
So you guys can go ahead. That was just okay. This is coming from Blue Blood. Blue Blood said that Sam Kerr has been given the first goal assist to Cutbeck. Cutbeck, I love that girl. I love that woman. The strength. I'm sure she probably play better than Jorginho. If
she's not, she's not the only one. That team's got quite a lot of strength in it. Got a lot of strong players.
This should be a goal. This should be a goal. Come on. What's the name? This Australian player. Oh, come on. Oh, no. What's her name? The lady with the big forehead. Not Sam Kerr. She should have shoot, and then she still passed back to she has some. Her name starts with G something. Gutso something. I don't know. The assist lady of the Champions League. What's her name?
Good all right.
Good writing. Yeah, she should have finished that goal.
She's another top player as well.
Very good player. Assist queen. That's what I call her. She's got too many assists on her name. Oh, it's like a training game for Chelsea, guys. This is just like a training game. Tottenham are just dead. They're nowhere to be found. So
I've got some links for you.
Yeah, what do you have? Share with us. I'm sure the viewers want to hear it.
Tottenham TV, right? Claiming that Porro's close to signing for Tottenham. Porro. Pedro Porro, whatever his name is.
Oh, Pedro Porro, yeah. He's signing
close
for
to signing for Tottenham. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been also tweeted by Fabrizio Romano.
Yeah, that's what they're claiming. Tottenham TV.
If he wants to know what is going on, he should go and ask Romero. He should ask the other guy that plays on the left side. What's his name? It's a black guy that plays on the left side for Tottenham Hotspur. As soon you'll be a world-class player, but as soon as you get there, that kind of a world-class mentality will be gone. Guled Ismail said Todd Boehly is planning to bring more revenue through entertainment and leisure. There is a stadium expansion plans, and with all the spendings we are doing, it might be needed. It should be needed. The fans should allow. There's so many ways that the football club can make money, and this entertainment, it's one of them. When it comes to America here, entertainment, every weekend there's concept being hosted. Down here, we call it the Allegan Park. There's concept being hosted with frozen ice. The lake is all frozen. People go and play on it. You see ice fishing. People are fishing, ice fishing, and people are still skating on the lake. And it's very deep. The lake is very deep. But then because of the lake is frozen, there's so many outdoor entertainment. So entertainment is one of the main form of where Todd Boehly can bring revenue to the football club, and it's looking at that aspect. But I understand. I haven't been to London before. I know, the roads are small. It's nothing anywhere compared to what we have here, and I understand. But then it's about time they break some of these old buildings down and build something new. There's too many old buildings in the UK.
There's a lot of buildings in that area that are protected buildings. It's a residential area, right? The football club's right in the middle of a residential area, right? Tottenham have concerts. Tottenham stage American football, right? Tottenham have had boxing, right? But Tottenham don't have the houses around it that Stamford Bridge does.
Okay. And from what I heard, I've read something just like Americans love going to London now because of the American football. They're hosting it. They love going there. Now the UK fans are buying to the American football. They're trying to understand the game, which means I don't want to understand it. Maybe you can pay me. You can pay for a free ticket for me. I won't go there. 4 hours for a game. Yes, sir.
I wouldn't get excited about Britain's getting into the American football's been there since the 80s. We used to have it on Channel 4, the fourth channel, right? Mm-hmm. It used to be a live game every Sunday night. And there is, if you take the British clubs that play the game, but they don't get decent crowds, right? If they play the odd game here at Wembley or at Tottenham or whatever, you're still struggling to fill the stadium. So it's not that big a deal. But it's not that. We're in a residential area, right? And that's why developers tried to get Chelsea out of Stamford Bridge, and it's why the CPO was formed. So they couldn't do that.
Okay. I think we've covered everything. Whatever we're talking about now is just off a random topic. So I want to thank Stephen and Ryan. You guys, Stav and then Ryan. Do you guys have any more thing you want to say before we bring the stream to an end?
Yeah, you can't go anywhere now because you've got the game on.
Oh, you want me to stay until the game finish? I can.
Yeah. How long is it to go?
Let me see. We have they play 77 minutes, 18 seconds by my time here, 20 seconds. So you got less than
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, go on. Think. Right. Did you know that Bowley and Clear Lake, right? Yeah, borrowed 800 million for operating costs. So they're not even using their own money. They bought the club with their money, but the operating costs they borrowed. Yeah, which is why they can just keep flashing the money for players. Right. And the thing is, the amount of money they've got between them, and don't forget there's Rice as well, who's a billionaire. Right?
Yeah.
It's not just Clear Lake and Bowley. They're never gonna get into trouble, are they? Right? They're never gonna struggle to pay that money off.
You know the game they're playing.
Yeah. So, what?
I said they know the game they're playing.
Yeah. Right. It's the same as the Glazers, isn't it? They borrowed money to buy Man United. Right. They make profit. They buy players. Right. And they pay the banking fees and everything, the loans and that, and they're still making profits. So they know what they're doing. Right. But we have to remember that Chelsea, they can't take no money out of the club for 10 years. So anything that they're making has to go back in. Right. Which is probably why they're coming up with these ideas. They can get away with staging American football. They can get away with staging, although whether the pitch is big enough, I'm not sure. Right, and the stands are quite close. Right, but it will damage the pitch. They could get away by staging rugby matches in there and staging concerts. Right, but the issue is outside, right, and 1 o'clock. Yeah, that's what the issues are going to be. So within the stadium, they can apply for special licenses to have X amount of events per year. You know that the stadium's sponsored virtually every sport, right? That's been popular at Stamford Bridge. They had athletics. It was an athletic stadium first. They've had football, right? They've had rugby. They've had cricket. They've had American football, right? They had speedway. If you go back long enough to the 40s, right? You know what speedway is, motorcycle racing, right? I'm sure Ryan knows that. They've had greyhounds there, right? They've staged cup finals, semi-finals, all this kind of stuff. So the stadium has always been used okay, right? But it's the 1 o'clock and being outside, having music outside of the stadium, and that's what the problem and the issues are. It's not like the actual thought of having events in the stadium. It's the outside and the 1 o'clock bit. So that's what the main issue is. So yeah. I didn't mention, did I? Yeah, go on.
Yeah, this is coming from Gullit Ismail. We already talked about this. I think I have this, and we've already talked about this a long time ago. I think about an hour ago. He said that breaking news: Chelsea reached an agreement with Turkish side Adani Demirspor to offload Bakayoko. Only player yet to agree personnel terms. That is what we've already talked about a long time ago, which is it's now up to Bakayoko to agree the wages. Steven was even trying to convert how much he was going to make in a week and then that kind of stuff, which it's up to Bakayoko to agree if he wants that wages. So now that is what we're looking for. Chelsea are trying to move this guy off the book. That is what they're trying to do at this moment. So thank you very much, my brother. I really appreciate sharing the news with us. Blue Blood said they have had a firework display in the evening. So yeah, Blue Blood is adding more contribution to it in regards to what Stav is saying. Stav and Ryan are saying. I went to a few of them. I think he said he went a few of them. So yeah, fireworks display and all that kind of stuff is coming in. So yeah, Stav and Ryan, you can go ahead.
Yeah, what we were discussing earlier on. We were discussing Chelsea players going to Newcastle.
Mm-hmm.
I had this discussion with you this afternoon, right? they wanted Ziyech, but Chelsea are not willing to let Ziyech go to Newcastle because they don't want to loan him to a potential rival for a European spot. So I wouldn't be 100% certain that Chelsea are going to release players to Newcastle. And I would imagine that would apply to other teams in and around that area, i.e. in the table. So I don't see Ziyech going there. Most likely places go to Aston Villa.
Is it in regards to Liverpool? Ziyech going to Liverpool?
No, we're not gonna.
No,
we're not
sorry,
gonna.
Newcastle. I mean Newcastle.
Yeah, this is to Newcastle.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're in top four at the moment, right? And we're not going to let anybody go to Liverpool anyway. We're not going to give Liverpool Mason Mount.
No, Mason Mount is not going there. I don't think so.
Yeah, but we're not going to give Liverpool or Newcastle any of our players. So the likelihood is that Everton are likely to go down. I think they'll go down. Right, I'll wait till I see what coach they get, but I'm convinced they'll go down. They might get an initial bump up from the new coach thing.
Okay.
I forgot what the other call it now. But I still think they're going to go down. So Ziyech's not going to agree to go there either. Right.
Okay.
And the likely scenario is loan to Aston Villa. Yeah. Maybe they'll get an option to buy, which I'm not 100% sure he would be happy with that. So my opinion is loan to Aston Villa, and then he hopes that he can move on to Italy or whatever. I'm actually surprised. That Ajax haven't made a move to take him on loan because they're struggling in the league. They're struggling. They're Feyenoord leading the league, and they're the only ones with consistent form. So I thought maybe they would go for him or PSV to replace Gutso and Madueke.
Madueke. Nuni Madueke. Mr. Asma, big up to you, my brother. I saw you here yesterday and I've seen you today. I mean, big up to you, bro, for returning on the platform. And I need more of you. I need you to return all the time and also share the link for us, Mr. Asma. Mr. Asma said, which one would you take, Enzo or McAllister? I'm sure the McAllister is what he's talking about. Enzo, I'll go for McAllister. Bro. I'll go for McAllister all the way. If only, do you know what? Do you know why? Because those two players have won the World Cup. Okay, Blue Blood. Oh yeah, I just saw it. I missed it when I was talking. Blue Blood just gave it to me. What Tottenham Hotspur? What they doing? What a goal! Oh, Samke, she's so flawless. She's too much. Samke, that's why she's the best player. I have something that I even have to upload. She's the women's best player. There's a reason why she is, and she's on the cover photo for FIFA 23. Samke is so I don't know. I think Chelsea have to bring her to the men's game. See, maybe she can score more goals for us because she's so clinical. She's too much. Some case too much. Maybe they'll bully her. We got 30 of us watching the stream. If you're just part of us at this moment and you're just joining us, we're still chatting football. The women's game is still going on. Chelsea at 3. Tottenham Hotspur down 0. They haven't scored at all. Chelsea have 2 players from Tottenham Hotspur have 2 players coming from Chelsea, which is Bethlehem, England, and also they have Spence also has been with Chelsea for a long time. We're talking about 6 years or maybe 10 years. It's quite a long time. Spence has been there. She's been a very, very good player. I think she used to play as a left back position, but now we have this young black girl also there. I forgot her name. Also playing that position. She's also very strong. So yeah, Chelsea are leading the Tottenham ladies 3-0. That is why I'm here. I'll be here until the game is over. And my brother here, Mr. Asma, said which one would you take, Enzo and McAllister? I'll go for McAllister, my brother. So because the reason why I'm going for McAllister, he's played in the Premier League before. He knows how the terrain is like. So yeah, I'll go for McAllister every day. Blue Blood said 3-0. Yes, sir. Thank you, Blue Blood. And also Blue Blood says some care. She loves Blue Blood. Love football. She just like me. She loved the women's game, and I love the women's game. I've watched pretty much almost the women's game, the Champions League game, and then almost about 80% of the WSL games. So I used to cover the women's game. I've been on this platform. I've done a watch along for women's game. I do broadcast lots on women's game also. So I contribute a lot on the women and then the men games as well. You know, I was watching the Chelsea and then Liverpool game where it was being called off due to the nature of the pitch. The pitch was frozen because of the hidden things that they were supposed to put under the ground to warm the pitch up was not good enough. I think it's about time they develop the pitch very well. We even had a discussion about them bringing the game to Stamford Bridge, which staff and then Ryan and Steven said it was not going to work due to the so much work on the pitch. It will destroy the pitch because there's no breathing room for the pitch to breathe. There's so much playing time, it destroys the pitch, which is understandable. Mr. Amsma said we need the women coach. Yeah, it got to a time people were even linking they were even linking the women coach, which is I forgot her name right now. I know the name, but right now, this moment, the name is gone from Emma Hay. They even linking Emma Hay to the men's national team, which is England national team. That is about time. Either they put Serena Vigma or Emma Hay to replace Gary Southgate. So yeah, let's see. One day we'll see a woman coach taking over the Three Lions. I know the Lionesses have done it. It's now have to a woman coach, English woman coach to take over the men's national team. Chelsea are being very careful with loans now. They only want to see players now since Lukaku disaster. Loan to enter, it is either buy or bust with Chelsea. Now, yeah, right now, if Inter doesn't buy Lukaku will still be under Chelsea's book. But who knows? Maybe Graham Potter can use Lukaku. It's another option we can look into if Aubameyang leaves in the summer. Lukaku can be another option because Lukaku played. To be honest with you guys, Lukaku played well, but the goals were not coming. But then that interview that he had with Sky Sports is what destroyed everything. But then if he's willing to come back, maybe Potter can. He doesn't like Staff said Lukaku didn't have any issue with any player in the dressing room, so he has a big good relationship with the Chelsea players. Maybe Staff have already said something about Lukaku. Let me ask Ryan, do you think Potter can use Lukaku if he return back to Stamford Bridge?
I think he's kind of
take it over again. Ryan, take it all over again. We couldn't hear you. Ryan sound a bit like robot. Terminator. Ryan sound a little bit like Terminator. Yeah, Ryan sound like nope. You sound like Terminator. I'll be back. All right, Stabby, take over whilst Ryan fixes his microphone. Ryan, you wanna hop out and come back in? Yeah, Ryan will do that. Ryan will be back in. So Stabby, yeah. Do you think Potter can work with Lukaku?
Yeah, of course he can. Too much has been made of that.
Yeah, sorry guys, for the little cough that came through. Go ahead, Stavi.
Yeah, too much has been made of that interview. Right, everything was taken out of context. Stephen fell for it as well. Mm-hmm. Right? And he didn't say anything. Right? I've had it translated by an Italian friend. Right? And all he said was, right, if he was criticising anybody, he was criticising himself. because he said it's up to him as a professional, right, to work out how to play in the coach's system. He said the system's different from the one that he was playing with Inter Milan, Kante, right? Same back three, wing backs and all that stuff, right? But more long balls with Kante, with less playing out from the back. Yeah. So it suited him better to be going for Tottenham Inter because they were going long, right? And he played with a second striker as well. So that's all he said. It was up to him, right? And he didn't say anything like people are making it up, but he was sucking up to Inter Milan fans and all this. He didn't do anything. Yeah, that was Ziyech and Eden Hazard.
There's a breaking news. Do you want me to give it out right now? This is being tweeted by David Olsen. Breaking news 2 minutes ago. This is exclusive. Sporting Lisbon have approached Brighton and Brighton about the signing, about them signing Tariq Lamptey on loan with a right wing back Pedro Porro getting closer to move. So since the contract to discuss, they put hashtags in between, so when you're reading it, it doesn't make the reading flow very well. To discuss talking Lampard as replacement. Talking Lampard as replacement. Let me take it all over again. Let me share this with you guys, so you know what I'm trying to read here. Okay. This is just 2 minutes ago. Probably it's now 4 minutes. Tariq Lamptey says exclusive. Sporting Lisbon have approached Brighton about signing Tariq Lamptey on loan with right wing back Pedro Porro getting closer to move. So Sporting Lisbon, Pedro Porro is on his way to Tottenham Hotspur. They have contacted Brighton FC to discuss talking Lampard as replacement. So is Sporting Lisbon trying to replace? Oh, so Lamptey. Sorry, now I get it. Lamptey. They're trying to talk Lamptey from Brighton to come over and replace Pedro Porro. So we're gonna end up seeing Lamptey moving. David Ornstein is 99% trustworthy. When he put a tweet out, he knows he's very, very confident and reliable when he put tweets out. So this is just a breaking news coming from David Ornstein. Brighton, we're going to end up seeing Tariq Lamptey moving to Sporting Lisbon. I think it'll be good for his career playing outside England. He's also a Ghanaian-born, another player, Ghanaian-born that has been raised by Chelsea Football Club Academy. So thank you. This is what another one is coming from. This is from Fabrizio. Okay. Positive feelings for Tottenham Hotspur after meeting. This is just a 1 minute ago. Meeting after meeting all day long for Pedro Porro. The deal is ready, close. Parties are now on crucial details. So discussing will continue in the next hours to get it done and sealed. So here we go. It's almost close. Pedro Porro to Tottenham Hotspur. Staff, here we go.
Yeah, you know what the media are going to say, don't you? That Tottenham beat Chelsea to Porro.
Yeah, Gullit said, get the likes up, guys, and share the link for all news and discussions concerning Chelsea football. Thank you very much, Ismail. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for doing that. Thank you very much. Says Joel Spence gets consolation goal. Yeah. Oh, that was a miss from so yeah, I think the game is over now. The game is over. For the women's game is over. So this is what you guys make of this breaking news in regards to Tariq Lamptey and Pedro Porro. Would he be a good signing for Tottenham Hotspur? And would this move away for Tariq Lamptey to Sporting Lisbon be good for his career? We know how good he is already. What do you guys make of that?
Yeah, I don't watch Portuguese football much, so I don't know much about Porro. And I didn't really watch. Was he in the World Cup? Because I didn't really watch it.
Tariq Lamptey?
No, Porro. Lamptey.
I'm not sure.
Lamptey did go to the World Cup, didn't he?
Yeah, he was in the World Cup with Ghana. I think he played 2 games.
Yeah.
He started. The second one he came on as a sub.
Yeah, I only watched the later stages of the World Cup. I only watched maybe 2 or 3 group games. Wasn't that bothered, so I couldn't comment.
Okay. So this is the full time. Chelsea 1, Tottenham Hotspur. Chelsea 3, Tottenham Hotspur. Spurs 1. So guys, I think this is where we're gonna end it. This is where we're gonna end it today. Or what do you guys think? Yeah, we've been here for a long time, over 3 hours. Guys still in this chat, people still there are still listening. It'd be nice if we can do this all day. But yeah, the transfer deadline day, we will be here 24/7. The stream will be running for 24/7, and I'm getting prepared for it. We'll be going on and off, but the stream will still be running. So if you come in the comments you have, drop it in there. As soon as I get back in and out, I will be reading it. There will be anyone can hop on based on when I say anyone, I mean the panelists will be coming in and out and then have a discussion. So when you guys come in and you hear someone talking and I'm not here, don't think the stream is not running. It's still running. We'll be live 24/7 in regards to breaking news, just like I showed you. So any breaking news that come, we will show it. We will upload it and also share it with everyone on the chat. So the women game are over, just like I said. This is coming from Joe Tweedy. Joe Tweedy said, "Best of luck with everything tomorrow, Kenny." So, guys, we're gonna end here. We really thank everyone for being part of this show. Thank you for all the likes and then participating today. I didn't see the God of Frog today. Stop. I didn't see your guy today, but maybe
I scared him off.
No, you didn't. Yeah, you didn't scare him off. We'll be back again. We got 25 of us watching the stream. Mr. Ryan, are you back?
Yes, I'm back.
Sounds like it.
Oh. Why is the network? Why is the network doing that to you when the stream is about to end?
I have no idea. I think I was in another room.
If you can hear yourself from the stream, the YouTube, you're gonna hear what you sound like. I can't understand you. Yeah, Mr. Alsma says good night. Mr. Alsma, good night to my brother. Thank you very much for showing up here and then being part of what we're doing. And we thank you for your purple heart. I really give you my heart too. Thank you very much. I love you, brother. Thank you, and I hope you have a good night. Have a wonderful sleep. It looks like I don't hear that sound anymore. Oh, he muted himself. Say something, Ryan.
Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Good night, Blue Blood. Good night, Say. I hope you have a wonderful sleep. Everyone have a good night's sleep. Ryan, I can barely understand what you're saying. I can't understand nothing. But it's been wonderful streaming with you and being part of the show, Mr. Ryan. So have a good night. And I'll talk to you on the other side, Ryan. Good night.
Night.
Stabby.
Yeah.
You want to say anything?
No. Sorry.
Good night.
Happy the ladies won. Nothing else.
All right. Good night, Stabby. Say hi to your wife for me, and then I'll get hold of you tomorrow morning. Okay.
Okay. Speak to you later.
All right. Bye. Bye. Bye, everyone. Yeah, we'll be live again, guys. Thank you. We went through lots of topics today. We'll be coming back again tomorrow, same time, 1:30 US time, Central, I think Eastern time, and I'm sure it will be 6:30 UK time, probably pretty much the same with African time. I'm not so sure with the Middle East or South America or wherever you're watching us from, but we'll be back again. Lil Desperando, like I always say, hang on to hope, and we'll be back again tomorrow. Good night. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blue Clouds TV.